Okay, so for this week's question, it's a softball one, but what does your character like most about themselves?
Gogmurt likes how smart he is.
I mean, that's a good in-character answer.
Adventurous spirit.
Compassionate nature.
Clearly not humility, then.
It's Desna. They don't care about humility.
Clearly, I'm the most humble of all people.
It's Henry, get it right.
Bow down before my humbleness. I know this is a loaded question for Emanuele, but you know.
Well, y'all kind of took the wind out of my sails because I was going to say his humility.
I mean, is that your actual answer?
Yeah.
Do it.
And what about Ris'sh? What is her most liked trait about herself?
Well, I could go with the magic, but I might just go with the way her scales shine in the sun.
I like that.
None of you are nearly as radiant as I am.
Does she shed her skin?
I imagine.
Probably. Lizards do this thing.
Also,
You're just going to walk in on her one day and she's like scraping at some dead skin at her eye.
Your exfoliation methods are fantastic.
Uses it as
Stuck eye.
Was it body double node jutsu or whatever, the shadow or the clone technique or whatever that
Yep.
There's that one spell what animates your skin.
there you go.
Oh, yeah.
That's perfect for you.
Yeah, perfect for a lizard wizard.
I always wondered about that spell. Like, who would think that was a good plan A option? I'll get those guys. I'm going to animate my skin off my body.
Well, you know what they say. Wizards, no sense of right or wrong.
So to give you kind of a recap, unless anyone else wants to, you returned down below after you met with Gogmurt, who returned to first primarily loot, and then upon learning what you guys were doing and how far you've gotten, decided to assist you, bringing along a couple big old cats that were not quite so big until, like, flavor-wise, they're not really that big yet anymore, because it'll probably happen during the downtime. But for mechanic-wise, they'll just be medium right now. But then, as you made way back down, you confronted Noalia once more. Some quick words of offering retreat were exchanged from both Ephixa and herself before the fight ensued once more. The wizard in the back still pelting with magic missiles and flaming, basically whips. It was a very big bloodbath on both sides, really. Some highly damaged attacks on your end managed to even it out before she decided her best chances of survival were to run and not risk dying to some random person who was still up. She made her way up as Gogmurt and Emanuele gave chase, eventually covering herself in an obscuring mist and diving into the ocean below. Gogmurt managed to scout out that she had headed to a nearby beach and into the bramble forest, but with at least a couple hours on you guys, the chances of catching up to her was pretty slim. So you rested, replenished your vitality after taking some sizable beatings. I think only 2 of you were up, not counting a couple animal companions. And deciding to, during your rest, hearing some voices, decided to explore the rest of this chamber to make sure that the demon that is still inside doesn't break free, or at the very least find a way to banish it. You made your way down into a a mausoleum-looking room where some shadows emerged from some standing coffins. You dealt with pretty quickly. They weren't the biggest threat, but as you made your way through a secret door and came up north here, you saw this water pool littered with treasure. And the biggest treasure of all was this giant helmet that some claws and legs came out. As you see, it is a hermit crab inside of this helmet that looks at you all with what you can only imagine as hunger. So let me clear up the turn order and we can roll some initiative.
I say we run away.
I can't wait to tell my daughter we killed Tomatoa.
Shiny. Honestly, I love that song. Like, no joke.
Yep.
Oh, we have to hear it all the time. I like it.
I mean, it's better than listening to Frozen. I honestly like the songs in Moana way better.
Yeah. Of course, I rolled low. That seems appropriate.
Okay.
You didn't have to try to make me feel better, Michael.
Natural 2 and a natural 3. That'll do it. Yeah, so first up in the initiative is Ephixa.
How deep is this water?
Let me double check.
Deep enough that giant crab was submerged.
Yeah. Well, the helmet was sticking up out of it, but it looks like it is mostly just 10 feet deep. Though where it's standing, there looks to be a deeper part that kind of goes into a darker water that goes down deeper.
Fix will go full defensive and just wait for the thing to get close rather than wait out to it.
Gotcha.
Right now, Kenneth's thinking, not again, not again, not again.
It's gonna have to double move to squeeze through this little narrow thing, but it's gonna get up right up in your face.
I'm also thinking, we're in its lair and we're not exactly kitted out to fight aquatic critters.
It is going to make a claw attack at Ephixa.
Did you say it had a double move?
It didn't have to. It had to
Oh, okay.
use double movement to go over a certain spot, but it had enough movement to get to here.
Okay.
So that's
But
27.
Still has an action to attack.
Yes.
Okay.
And, because realistically, it was only like 15 feet of movement. Actually, probably less than that. But it had a double movement to get to where it is. So
Squeeze.
it was squeezing.
It counted.
I see what you're saying. It didn't have to double move. It just had to double its movement.
It had to use its
Okay.
double its movement to go over those tiles.
Okay. Yeah, that'll
So-
hit.
So you take 9 damage, and it's going to try to grab you. 28 to grab.
Yeah, I think that. Well, I see. CMD. Where's my CMD? Yeah, that'll do it.
Okay, and as it grabs you, you take another 1d4 plus 6. So you take another 7 damage. And you are grabbed.
Grappled, right?
Grappled.
Alright.
This is the
Little
control.
help, guys.
And then with its second claw,
Right?
it is going to, let's see, what is
You
reach?
can do a double attack after it moves.
Oh, no, it can't. Yeah, you're right. I keep forgetting. I'm so used to 5e at this point. So I
Right,
can't do
right.
that.
Yeah.
But that's its turn, though. But it has a fix in its grasp.
So casting from that square, I think, does the cone like that.
Yep.
Yeah. I think as per the rules, it goes from this to where it would hit basically like that.
Yeah, but allies aren't in those squares.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They can go burn themselves.
Burning hands. 9 for a reflex. Let's see. Fails the reflex and takes 9 points of fire damage. As this just cone of fire just erupts, I imagine, from either your hands or mouth.
Crawfish bake.
Yeah, as you just... you get a pleasant smell from this burning sensation that it's feeling.
Now you're not the only one that's hungry.
And then Emanuele. You could fire from there, just FYI, but it will have a actually, well, you are probably, I'll split the middle, +3 to its AC.
Okay.
Because it's not quite total cover 3/4.
Gotcha. Then he will take a shot. Sit. It's within 30 feet, so just do point blank shot.
Uh, 25. That will hit.
All right, and then as a move action, he wants to give. Let me see which one is which. Use covering fire to give +2 AC to Ephixa, and then combat advice as the move action to give +2 to attack to Ephixa.
Gotcha.
Because I think she's engaged.
I don't see no ring.
Plus, did you really want to be engaged to a giant crab?
I don't know, with that solid gold head money, you never know. Lucilla.
I could try to trip it, or I could just duck and cover.
It does have multiple legs, so I wouldn't bet
Yeah.
on tripping
I
it.
guess I could try to do aid another for Gogmurt. That
Yeah,
works.
I was gonna say, way to leave it to us to let the druid with wild empathy go last.
Well,
Because if I had gone first, I could have just walked up to this thing, had a minute of talking to it, and we could have been out of here.
If you want to start taking point, I'm not going to complain.
Yeah, technically vermin. So I don't know.
either way, let's see if this is DC 10. Nope. It's a crab battle.
I assume you're not going to move and provoke.
No.
Gogmurt.
Crab battle.
Attack its weak point for massive
Some
damage.
sort of cave demon.
Oh, huh, it does count as a vermin and not an animal.
Weird.
I feel like vermin should be under animal. I feel like those are
Yeah,
Those are not-
it's a weird distinction.
not mutually exclusive.
Except
then
for
I
rats.
guess, then again, I guess humanoid and animal aren't mutually exclusive either. So
Yeah. I was gonna
I
say,
think the difference is vermin don't really have an intelligence score.
yeah.
yeah, I get it.
Think-
So
Don't remember if rats are vermin or animal, but vermin tends to be your insects and crustaceans.
So, Richard, do you know, is this thing a vermin or an animal?
You can roll a nature check if you want to determine.
Nature.
Yeah, with that roll, it is definitely a vermin. It is probably not going to respond well to you as you look at it. It just doesn't look like it has a thought in its head, as it just its mouth kind of just bubbles in hunger.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't.
Okay.
Yeah, your wild empathy, you can tell, is not going to work here.
All right. Well, let's do this then. I am going to. Ooh. Let's see. I will have one cat. Now let's. Which one has more health? At 24, 20. I will have Tangletooth come up.
And have it. Okay. It will provoke and it will swipe at it.
Okay. I will use an acrobatics.
Okay. And it's against their CMD, correct?
Yeah.
I think so.
That will fail, so we'll get an attack on it. Oh, that's the grab attempt. I got ahead of myself there.
I thought 32. And I was
Big crabs, surprisingly beefy in Pathfinder. I discovered that the one time I ran it.
14, I think that'll miss.
14 does miss.
So it just swings out with its free claw and swipes high when Tangletooth stays low.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Okay. So, yeah.
I don't think we ever added the stuff from the wizard to the thing.
Can I see? So the cavern goes up here. Does this go into a wall? Because I can't
Yes.
see past it.
Because the token is there. Like here, let me move the token to the GM layer real quick, and you can see. You should be able to see a little bit better.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay. And then Tangletooth is going to... Also, can I get him from the corner or no?
Yeah, you can get him from that corner.
Okay. So,
I would,
then I'll have Tangletooth do his attack first. Which
I'd say
only
it's
have one attack.
squeezing. I'd say it's squeezing, so it probably doesn't have a dex bonus to AC.
Its AC is lowered because it's squeezing right there. Yes.
Yes. I
All right,
am
so-
correct.
Yeah, that's why I made sure to clarify that he had to use double movement to get up to there because he's
Tangletooth
technically
of
squeezing.
some seafood.
Yeah, that'll bite. I mean, you can try to trip if the natural 20 will pretty much be the only way you can trip it. No, unfortunately, that will not be enough.
Well, no reason not to roll it.
Right? Natural 20s happen. I've tripped some things with multiple legs before as my monk.
Then
Loki remembers that.
Yep. What didn't
So-
you trip?
Myself.
God.
Actually,
I
I
never
think
got-
there was one time you even tripped yourself by accident on
That frost giant certainly didn't fall.
Hey, I did not fall to some piddly frost giant. That was a
storm
giant, I'm pretty sure.
king of all storm giants.
Yeah.
He got a good look of his torso left his legs. Sorry.
Anyway, what are you doing for the rest of your turn for Gogmurt himself?
I am going to use my wand of produce flame to do a melee touch attack on this man. Or actually, I should. Do I have a negative strength score on Gogmurt? I think I have an 8.
I did say you can use Dex to use melee touch at spells if you like.
All right.
Yeah. If I was giving combat reflexes for free to fighters, it's only fair that you can use it as a caster to roll
Okay.
to hit with.
That's a weird
It-
default rule. Now that I
it
think
is a
about it, that
finesse
touch
weapon.
attacks are strength based for casters.
Melee ones are.
Yeah,
I
that's a
think they
weird
are-
default rule when I think about
qualify
it.
as finessable.
They do qualify for weapon finesse. I remember looking that up, so that's why I just allow it because you're literally just trying to touch them.
Let me bring up produce flame. I'm using it's a level 1 version instead of level 2 version. So I need to look at it real quick. 1d6 plus 1 is the damage. Okay. And I think everything else is the same. So ignore the damage. I'll roll it. So
19, I believe, will touch it. Yep. I mean, we could just use that roll and just subtract a 1 from it, so that would be 7.
Okay. 7 damage.
As the smell of a crab bake continues, this thing is being boiled alive in its shell.
And I will save that. I just didn't want to burn anything on when there might be a demon in here.
Yeah.
You said you gave me a +2 bonus to attack rolls. Cool.
Yes.
Is that to all attack rolls?
It's,
Or just the
no,
next
it's to your
attack?
first, your first
Okay.
attack.
All right.
And
So
you are grappled, so there are some rules for
Yeah.
fighting when you're doing that.
grappled. It's just is it -2 or is there some or light weapons?
I'm double checking.
Because I know I am wielding light weapons, so.
Yeah, as a standard action, you can attempt to grapple a foe, blah, blah, blah. Humanoid creatures without 2 free hands attempting to grapple a foe, blah, blah, blah. You have the grappled condition. Go into conditions now. -4 penalty to dex, and a -2 to attack rolls.
Oof, that's problematic.
And you can only use one-handed weapons, I believe. Yeah.
One-handed or light weapons?
Light or one-handed.
Light or one-handed. Okay.
Yeah, you can take no action that requires 2 hands to perform.
Okay. Does that include 2-weapon fighting?
Yes.
Okay. Then
You have to choose to attack with one weapon to do while you're grappled.
Okay. In that case, I'll take a swing with my light steel shield. So -4 to dex, and what was the other thing?
-4 to dex
-2
and a -2 to hit to attack rolls in general. So if you're using dex, if you're using dex to hit,
Yep.
that's going to be a net -4 for you.
Oof.
I assume the crab is different from human and does not count himself as grappled. Since
It counts itself as grappled, but
okay, so it has a -4 to dex too.
yeah.
Alright.
So it's still so just ignore the dex to minus to hit.
Okay.
So just do the -2 because it'll balance it out that way.
-2 from
From just the grapple
from the
condition.
deck. Oh, right. Okay.
But don't ignore the dex dex penalty. to
Okay.
the
And that basically cancels out with Cope's buff.
yeah.
So
So you can just do a flat roll. Then, yeah, I forgot about copes. Yeah, that'll hit as you smash it against the head with your shield.
all right, and now now it's under the effect of upsetting vengeance. So if it attacks and misses by 5 or more, it provokes attack of opportunity from anybody in reach,
Gotcha.
and it takes a -2 penalty on all attack rolls.
Okay, I will. I assume I'll just count that as its CMB bonus 2 then. So you're not going to be able to move. So I imagine you're not going to use a move action.
Right. Actually, I will use a swift action to use a quick lay on hands.
No worries.
All right, I'll take that.
Yep. It's going to try to maintain the grapple. 32.
Yep, definitely.
So you take another D4 plus 6, so another 8 points of damage. It's going to use its free hand to attack Tangletooth. It will hit for 10 points of damage.
So
And
with
then
-2 or
-2 would be a 20. I think it still hits because they have a 19 AC.
plus
and
penalty
then-
for squeezing? Oh no, squeezing affects.
Squeezing effect attacks.
I think it's just AC.
Yeah, I thought so too. So I'll look it up later for the future. But for now, it's going to try to grab Tangletooth with a.
Oh, I just looked it up. It's a -4 on attack rolls for squeezing,
Oh,
and -4 to AC, not just dex.
okay. So it will miss then.
But not by 5 or more, unfortunately.
And though with it is going to start moving backwards with Ephixa. So with dragging you, it's only going to be able to get to there.
Mhm.
As it begins to start heading toward the deeper waters.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll be Ris'sh's turn. You see this crab trying to make off.
God, they got engaged.
In an
and now they're
entirely
making
different
out in the
direction
water.
there.
Trying to-
And it's a tragedy when nice young girls get crabs.
and now it is not squeezing anymore. So his AC is now back to
Sorry, it was
normal.
just so easy to make that joke.
It's probably also already gone underwater.
It's like halfway submerged.
I'd cast Flaming Sphere, but it says it can be extinguished like a normal fire can, so
Yeah, that might be problematic here.
yeah.
Don't worry, one day you'll get to use that flaming sphere.
I did manage to use it once already, but still. use the scrolls of grace I made. Could enlarge you, but then you'd be squeezing.
Hey, I'll take it. It might be harder for her to grab it. Well, it's the same size, but would help.
Does touch count natural armor?
No.
Okay.
Let me just pull this out because I think it will last a minute. Yeah, 1 minute per level. And the scrolls at CR1. It'll at least give you an advantage on breaking out.
Mhm.
And it is close, so I don't actually have to move to cast it. So fish out that scroll, cast Enlarge Person on Ephixa.
Huzzah.
Guide your battle. Guide your battle.
Let's see. I'll enlarge this direction because it'll just be easier.
Yep. And it leaves the space for Emanuele to move up and shoot from. Huzzah.
Huzzah. Every time I hear huzzah
delay.
anymore, I just think of those YouTube videos I sent you guys a while back. Of that guy going on an adventure. Huzzah!
You've said so many to us, I don't even remember.
Yeah.
It was the one Cope was obsessed with for, and he like binged the entire channel.
Oh yeah, I lost like an hour of my life that day. Yeah, I'm gonna delay until after Gogmurt.
Okay. I'll go ahead and move you, but actually...
Is that a +1 or a +2 bonus to CMB rolls for size increase alone?
I can look it up.
I gotta say, with the size increase, it becomes clear that Ephixa and Gogmurt's facial expressions aren't really that different.
No.
Do you not trust my teeth?
For CMB, it's a +1.
Okay.
Yeah, I just pulled up the page.
Can I do an aid another for her trying to escape the grapple?
I'll say yeah.
Okay.
Like you can wrap your whip around part of its claw to try to loosen the grasp, essentially.
Yeah. Just putting my full body into it and move it like 2 inches.
2 inches, that's generous.
Listen, have to think positively. Hey, that'll actually get through, so that'll give
hit.
her a +2 to escape grapple.
Gotcha. Okay, going back to Gogmurt, because I imagine you're not moving from there. I don't imagine you want to get closer to the thing.
Let's.
I think it also makes your scimitar a D8.
Yeah, it changes the size category of damage for each of your weapons by 1 degree.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, now it's got this place where we can't really get to it. So let me just do this.
Can you stack 8 another's?
Yeah.
Because they are a untyped bonus.
Here, what if I gave you guidance? You get a +1 on single attack roll, saving throw, or skill check.
You guys already giving me guidance every round.
Oh.
Yeah, her familiar just automatically can give guidance every round.
Oh. Good for you.
Mhm.
All right.
You could triple aid and just have your cats pull her down.
They would have to have the training for that.
Yeah.
So let's. Actually, we'll have. Gogmurt come right there.
Mm. Yeah,
we're gonna keep Tangletooth there. Gogmurt is going to use another, or actually, I think I should still have the same produce flame because it lasts.
Mm-hmm. I think it's like a minute per level or something.
Yeah, a minute per level.
But if you use it as a touch attack melee, it doesn't disperse.
No, it's only when you use range that it takes a minute off its time.
Yeah, so when you throw it, it uses up the charge of it essentially. But if you melee attack with it, it lasts for the minute.
Yeah, but is there a way I would be able to throw it from here? It's kind of a weird angle.
if you do the snap to corner, if you were throwing it, you would be able to hit it fine.
Yeah. Okay. Then I will do the same. And hit it with my Flame Blade. So 4, right?
I believe so, because it's the produce flame is also a D8, so it's
I think
level one.
actually, I think, let me see. It's a D6.
Okay, so roll a D6 then and add 1 to it.
Plus 1 point per caster level, so it'd be plus 4.
Well, I mean, isn't this your wand's produce flame?
Oh, yeah, so it'd be only 1, because that's the level of the wand. You're right.
Yep.
Okay, 6 damage.
Speaking of
So-
wands, how many charges did that one wand have left on it?
The magic missile one?
Yeah.
It was a caster level. Let me go, because it's a higher caster level wand actually.
Oh.
So let me go back and see. I have to open up that.
Yeah, I'm thinking we didn't update the loot list, so I'm gonna have to listen back after this.
Yeah, I can also transcribe it after we're done and stuff. Anything you might have missed that I know you guys had.
I don't think it was anything too important, but still.
So this was a wand of magic missile that was a caster level. I think it's 3. It's the one that gives you 2d4.
Yeah, that'd be 3 because it's every other level up till 5 missiles.
Yeah. And it has 10 charges left.
Yeah, that's good to know.
Are you having Tangletooth or Scrimshaw go anywhere?
No, I'm keeping them where they are. Or maybe I'll have Scrimshaw step up. That's him.
Okay. Emanuele.
All right, can we pass through allies squares?
Yes.
Okay. Just going to move up here more. Wow, you're kind of evil looking, Ephixa. And take
The
a
animalistic Aasimar.
fire at the creature again, using covering fire for Ephixa.
That will hit. For 12. It is now staggered. Ephixa. This thing, it's at 0.
Okay. Well, in that case, yeah, we'll go ahead and try to finish it off. Let's see. And we'll just go blunt force swing with the scimitar. So let's see what all the bonuses are. Sorry, I'm doing it based off strength instead of dex, so gotta go through the math there.
No problem.
Richard, I love the picture.
So it's a +8 and then -2 for grappling. So +6. $14.
14 will miss.
And I can't 2-weapon fight, correct?
Nope.
Alright, so then I will go ahead and use now to lay on hands on myself. Three. And as a move action, can I draw in and hold a deep breath?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll do that just to be safe.
It is going to try to maintain the grapple.
That will succeed.
And so you'll take another 7 points of damage. And then it drops to -1 and is now dying. Because it does not have an intelligence score, so it didn't know it was dying.
It's so weird
Still
that
funny.
animals
Squeeze
don't
harder.
have intelligence scores.
That's what the difference between vermin and animals are.
Yeah, it's still so weird.
It's pure like just mundane instincts, I guess. I don't know exactly how they. It is weird though.
Yeah, that's the
Animals.
thing is, if that's the difference, well, then there are a lot of animals that fall under animals in Pathfinder that operate off of only instinct.
I know it's a weird distinction, but as per the rules, since it has no intelligence score, it's not gonna like try to back down or anything.
Like crocodiles.
Yeah.
Crocodiles don't. You can't make friends with a crocodile, but it's an animal.
I've seen a few videos.
I'm told that in older editions of D&D that there was animal type monsters and beast type monsters. And beasts were like unnatural magical things. That's what Pathfinder called magical beasts.
Yeah.
And dinosaurs were considered beasts, despite the fact that they actually existed, which raises multiple questions why they're categorized next to griffins and manticores.
Yeah. As the hermit crab lies dead, it's a massive gold shining helmet that has some like barnacles encrusted, and it just kind of lies on top of itself. The floor of this pool in here is just littered with all manners of different materials: coppers, golds. There's gems. There's the painting, the mural on the wall. Like, to give you a remember, I'll go ahead and redo the flavor text so you can kind of remember all what happened. The sloshing water fills this room, which has almost entirely collapsed into a large tide pool. Well, a few walls do remain intact here, bear detailed and impressive carvings of incredible treasuries overflowing with coins, gems, jewelry, and other items of value. To the east, the walls depict a carving of a towering mountain, its peak carved in the shape of a stern face, just above a great palace. Below, the sides of the mountain's valley cradles an immense city of spires.
I could take advantage of the duration of enlarged person I have left to just start trying to sweep all the treasure towards the shore.
No worries.
Big grasp, big
so-
hand, and all that.
Yep. As you use up the whatever time you have left of the giant size of you, you're able to do that, and you don't grab all the treasure from while you're enlarged. Eventually, you go down smaller, but retrieving it isn't hard. There's not like now that this crab is dying and dead, essentially, there's nothing really to stop you. So you collect everything.
Yeah, once I put the spellbook somewhere safe, Ris'sh would jump in because swim speed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it takes you about a good half hour to collect every little bit that you can see in there.
Oh, there's a piece over there. You missed one.
So I'm going to post it in chat, but what you find is 3,500 silver pieces,
Whoa.
630 gold pieces,
Silver pieces, Cope.
Good point. Good point.
40 precious stones is worth some kind of value. You would have to do an appraise for that, and a jade amulet.
Guess I might as well.
How do I keep forgetting to put points into appraise? I'll roll it to see what I get, but 17,
Better
respectable.
than me. Yeah.
Yeah. So between the two of you, these gems and stones are all manners of rubies. There's emeralds, very small diamonds, but all in all, each one of them is worth about 10 gold each. So basically 400 gold worth of precious stones.
What about the amulet?
Because I know players do. It is magical. It is a jade, like locket almost looking medallion.
Someone is recording all this, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
If I remember correctly, I have a thing that helps me make sure I understand this room. Yeah, I can roll spellcraft to try to identify what a magic item does, and I get a +1 bonus for it.
Go for it.
I'll roll mine as well.
23.
While you were contending with the gems more than Ris'sh was, his eyes kind of drifted over to the Jade Amulet. It is an amulet of natural armor +1.
Nice.
It has another one of those Sahedron rune stars, the 7-pointed star, engraved in it, as per most ancient Thessalonian objects. The real treasure, though, here is definitely the helmet. Rolling over the appraise checks, upon closer inspection, it isn't all gold. There are some pieces of bronze and everything. But it's probably worth a good 3,000 gold by itself. But it also weighs about 300 pounds.
Come here, Juan.
Let me,
So it's definitely something we want to take out at the end when you're done, because it's not going anywhere. But it's definitely going to be a thing you're going to have to figure out how to get across that rickety wooden bridge.
Floating disc can hold 400 pounds, or 400 at this caster level. So,
Well, there you go.
There you go. I was just going to put it on Juan.
But that's the thing you can do as you see fit when you decide to leave. I'm not going to have to be oh, well, you didn't remind me, you're going to go back and get it.
Yeah.
And Gogmurt, if you want to cut, you're going to have to clean that crab out.
also lasts 4 hours. So Juan will have to carry it the rest
What do you
of the
mean
night
if I
down,
want
but
to? You guys are in my house. Frankly, I think all of this belongs to me.
Oh, we're on government business, so we've been awarded permission to confiscate anything found.
Ah, you're right, Emanuele. You know what? I'll let you take your duties if you clean up that crab out of there.
Do you need healing, Fix?
Let me try doing a little bit myself, just to...
How'd you heal half a hit point?
Powerful healer.
Yeah, that allows me to do empowered healing.
It rounds up, so it's all good.
I'm not going to say no to it. I got pretty well hurt back there.
13 has hit you with a cure moderate wound.
Oof, that'll do it.
You said there was
sexy.
a deeper bit in the pool?
Yeah.
Probably check that out while we're looking around for treasure.
So go ahead.
I was going to say, I didn't get a chance to last time, but you described the carving on the wall. Can I give a knowledge history to see if I identify of what it's depicting?
Yeah, go ahead and roll that, and I'll get to that after I go through what Kenneth's doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
But you can roll it ahead of time, and I'll come back to it.
19. Low for me.
So, Ris'sh, as you go and inspect the tunnel, it's about 10 feet wide. And as you kind of look down into it, it has a decently powerful riptide inside of it. If you wish to progress deeper into it past maybe about 20 feet down, you would have to make a swim check to see if you can push past the water pressure. You have a swim speed, so it gives you a bonus to it, but
not at the moment. But I will tell them that strong current in that hole might go outside. Probably where crab came from.
And to answer your question, Lucilla, with the roll that you made, yeah, it doesn't ring any bells. It's definitely some kind of lost Thessalonian city of some kind, but nothing about it is clicking in your head.
I'll take some notes about it and make a very poor sketch in my journal of it, since it's taking 30 minutes to pick up the treasure anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be no help with that, let's be honest.
Well, I mean, it's 10 feet deep at the lowest points.
Yeah,
so that's higher than you
tall.
are. Yeah.
Probably just sitting on the cushion made of all of Rish's stuff. Because why get my stuff wet?
Keeping it warm for her.
Well, Ris'sh is busy. Time to draw penises in the spellbook. I'm not really, but that would be great.
Secretly, you unleashed the greatest arcane spells known to man.
Let's move along. Hey, Richard, I got a housekeeping question.
Mhm.
When we opened up Roll20, Juan was at full hit points, but my sheet has him down to 11. I don't remember. Did he get hit any in the last game?
He did a little bit, but he shouldn't be down to 11. Just keep him at full.
Okay.
That's fine. I think he was down to like half, but you did rest, and I do remember someone healing him.
Okay.
So we'll just keep it as such. So that's fine. He stayed in the back lines for most of that big boss fight. So
Yeah.
Yeah. And having explored the pool, looks like there's a door here, probably connects with the other stairs we saw.
Well, I'll go check then.
it's like, excuse me, Juan.
Juan's just laying on the ground.
Just in case, I'll just give a stealth roll.
Yeah.
Stealth. All right, I'm very excited. I will do a perception to see if I notice any traps.
All the stealth.
15, respectable.
It just looks like a very well worn stairway
All right.
going down.
Door.
Good soul. Go to catch up.
But it definitely seemed this had a two-way entrance. So
Emanuele will stash what loot we can on Juan. Because I don't know if the sheet's calculating it correctly, but
with all the stuff you found, none of you should really be super overburdened or anything. Because I imagine if fighting ensues, you can always just say your characters drop the stuff.
his light load is 1,840 pounds.
Yeah, it's not too big of a deal. The only thing that kind of comes into play is the helmet, because when you go to leave the place, you have to get over the rickety wooden bridge, and that's when it would become an issue.
Mm-hmm.
Also think this sheet isn't doing it right, because his drag or push weight is 27,600 pounds.
You have him in as a quadruped because they get like 4 times the carry weight.
Oh, that's probably what it is.
Either way, it does seem you reached the dead end of exploring them this way. Not a completely useless dead end, as you found some swag.
Yep. Let's see.
Yeah, well,
Wow.
barring another secret door.
Secret door. Secret door. All right, let's get
Turns out-
Indiana Jones up on this thing.
Turns out the crab was the final boss all along.
Crab. Well, I guess it really was a cave demon.
Let's see. Did all of these sarcophagi have something come out of them? Because I remember
No.
shadows came out. Which one did not?
So of the three of them have things come out of them. Three shadows emerged from the sarcophagi.
I guess I would like to try to inspect the ones that didn't have anything come out of them on the off chance that we've got the classic secret door through the coffin trick.
No worries. Go ahead and roll me some perceptions. Just go ahead and give me 2 perceptions as you're splitting the load between the two sides of the room.
20 and 25.
Yeah, you're looking around, and then you open, with probably some help, you open the coffins. Inside are just very decayed and dried husks of what used to be people. They're very mummified, and their faces are 3 of the faces of the 6 are locked in abject horror, and it looks like the insides of their coffins had claw marks. The other 3, the ones that seem to be closest to where the shadows emerged, do not have claw marks, though the faces themselves look like they are almost like a meditative appearance. But beyond that, you
We
don't see
fought-
any like secret doors or anything.
We fought 3 of those ghouls, right?
Yeah, 3. You fought 3 shadows.
Okay.
You know what? I bet it has to do with that tower. That tower of gold coins over here. I remember I did a roll on that. It feels like forever ago now.
You said you don't think I ever made a roll because you said you were going to check out the double doors first.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll head back for that because that's my second idea of where a secret passage is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I guess I'll hit it with another perception then. Right?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll me a perception.
Nards.
At a brief glance, you don't really see anything other than it looks like a tower of like a pillar of coins.
Mhm.
Yeah. At a glance, you don't know anything what's going on with this thing. It just I know you did a detect magic, and it does have some kind of faint magic in it.
It's magic, but
Like you could roll me a spellcraft if you like.
Sure.
might as well.
Yeah. The skill that it gives off when you detect magic is illusion, by the way. 'Cause you
Just
know that from.
unless it counts as a magic item, it's just 14.
Okay.
Ah, yes, the fool's gold pile.
So, Ris'sh, this has an illusion placed on it to make it look made of gold, but it is clearly made of stone.
Could break. Is stone. Not much harder than gold.
Yeah, and keep in mind, this is just you guys taking a look at it quickly within like about a quick glance of a minute or so. If you guys wanted to stay here and take longer, you could. But at a glance, you don't see anything wrong with it.
Be easier if tribe still included Fury Beard, but with tools.
Hey, Gogmurt. Come here for a sec.
But who is that calling to us? Where did they go?
Shantooth really not paying attention.
He's looking at the stones, rubies.
Yeah, because I've actually got light on me, so.
Indeed.
Hey, Gogmurt, you see that big pile of gold coins over there? Michael?
Yeah.
You-
Yeah, I see the pile of gold coins.
Yeah, we're not smart enough to be able to grab them. Do you think you could give it a shot?
Look at him trying to bust out his Manfred bluff
I will
rolls.
tell you.
Bard.
True.
I mean, if you want me to roll a deception, I can. I put no points into it because she's more of an honest person.
Gogmurt does have a wisdom of 18.
It's a
In
16.
intelligence.
It'd be a sense motive if you have any points in it, but
Bluff. I mean, I was going for the whole "I know you're playing me, but you're right" type thing.
yeah. So, excuse me. Yeah, you can play that as you were because technically their bluff was higher than sense motive.
Okay. I'll. So they're not smart enough to try to pick it up.
To figure out how to get the coins out. It's an obviously bad lie, is what I was going for.
Oh, Gogmurt goes over there. It's so it. Describe it to me again.
Okay. Let me open up. The east of this hallway narrows down to a frame narrows down to frame a circular carving of what seems to be an immense stack of tens of thousands of coins that rise from the floor to the ceiling. The edges of these coins are carved with tiny spiky runes. And that's really all you can see at a glance.
I did not know there was runes. Do I know what those runes say?
They're just like
Sounds
arcane
like-
runes.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say, going with the theme, it's probably that 7-pointed star again.
There are some of those in there, but there's also just like more archaic runes from like say if like a wizard learned magic from his grandfather, and then the runes are just slightly different, but still the same.
Okay.
I'm just picturing a runic bakery.
Gogmurt will go up and try to put a hand on it.
You touch it, it feels like gold coins, but they're completely solid and they don't like move or like jingle or anything. But like the grooves of how the way it's designed, it feels that way.
I'm gonna take out my dog slicer and I'm just gonna put it in one of the grooves because it looks like gold coins like layered over, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I have in my head. Yeah, and I'm just gonna try to like pry one off, basically.
Go ahead and roll me a d20 when you do that.
Yeah, because I was gonna say I have a feeling what might happen here because of the nature of the dog slicer. However,
the dog slicer chips a little bit, but it doesn't seem to budge anything.
yeah, that's what I thought.
But as per dog slicers, it's not going to be that much of a deterrent for using it.
Yeah, it's a fragile weapon.
This is humorous to watch in and out of character.
Yeah. There's definitely more to this pillar than meets the eye. Like even in character, you guys gotta have to wonder why did they like make a image to make it look like a stack of gold coins and
Can Emanuele inspect it as well?
Yeah, if you want to roll a perception. And depending on the time you take, you can always take 10s or 20s. It just really depends on how long you want to spend at this.
Yeah, I'll also roll a perception because I haven't yet.
Also, I forgot I had a trait that lets me always take 10s on history checks. Which, considering I have a plus 10 to history, is pretty good right now.
Looking it over, neither of you really seem to notice anything different than everyone else noticed.
Okay.
You still have that thought in the back of your head that there's something not right about this pillar, but for the life of you, don't know what it would be.
And where is it located? Over here by Fix?
That little rounded piece right there.
Dude, we've
pretty much been through this place, right?
Yeah, this is the only thing that it really has been left uncovered.
All right. Have I?
I would like to point out that it's kind of funny that Lucilla said we're not smart enough to figure out how to get gold coins out, and Gogmurt goes over and touches it, nothing happens, and he tries to get his dog slicer out to get something out, and it's not working. I just imagine in his head, he's like, wow, I can see where they're having such trouble with it.
We got a book from Nualia, right? She had a diary. Fix is going to start flipping through it, see if she sees any mention of a pillar.
So I imagine you're starting from the later pages, as you would do for a journal. There is actually talk about this pillar, and she knows that it's some kind of doorway, but for the life of her and her companions, none of them were able to figure out a way into it. That there's some kind of mechanism to open it, but they haven't been able to find a way to access it. But beyond it is a chamber that supposedly held a demon as well as ancient lost information of Thessalonian age. At least from what she gathered from the resident wizard that she was traveling with, which, by the way, you guys, she's awake and kind of tied up and gagged in the other room.
We'll go interrogate her in a second. This is a long shot, and feel free to say no. But in all my study of ancient Thessalonians, is there any sort of expressions or myth that tied to gold coins?
Go ahead and roll me a history.
I'm just gonna use my talent to let me instantly take a 10 on it, so that's 20.
20? There was talks of a civilization in Thessalon that they were all very like powerful, like arcane practitioners from what you've gathered.
Mm-hmm.
There was a penchant for collections of like tithes and everything. In terms of like what you could determine of like something that would be around gold coins and mythologies, there doesn't seem to be anything in particular. There were definitely magical means of collection, but that's about as much as you could kind of piece together.
It's a long shot, but let me make sure real quick. Yeah, I've got 18 gold coins. I'm going to pull out one gold coin, and I'm going to go up to it, and I'm going to try touching the real gold coin to the illusionary one.
You touch the coin to the pillar. The image shimmers a little bit, but beyond that, it doesn't seem to do anything.
Rats.
You do think you might be on the right track, though.
Wait, how many gold coins are there in this illusionary stack?
Tens of thousands.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't be able to tell because of it's a stack.
Yeah, listen, it's pretty simple. You just measure the diameter of a single coin, then you measure the height of it. You divide.
No, you do. Look, I've seen those jars full of jelly beans, and they say if you measure the jar, you're cheating.
Do you say you just touched the gold coin on there?
Yeah, touch the gold coin on there.
Why don't you lay it?
Fix would take 3 gold coins and set them on top of the pile.
It shimmers about the same amount as what she did.
Then she'll go try to take them off. Do they adhere or no?
Nope. They come right off.
Right.
I feel like this is on to something here.
Here, try this old bag. And Emanuele's going to hand you the bag of gold coins from Juan's saddlebag.
I don't feel like that's the right path, but I appreciate the...
Maybe it's based off value. Grab the helmet.
No, that feels like too much. When people construct places like this, the reason why you put a lock on a door is so that way it can be opened. You know, if they really want what was in there to just never be able to be accessed, they would
You put a lock on a door so it can't be opened. That's why it's a lock.
He's got
but if they didn't want this room to be accessed again, they would have just put a wall over here, you know?
Did we find anything like a key?
You have not.
I wonder why they did that. They're going to want to get back in there.
You need to start at the basics. So. But still, the shimmering of the gold coin is more than we've gotten anything out of it before.
What about this gold tiara?
I don't try it.
Yeah. It tosses you the tiara.
There doesn't seem to be any response to bringing the tiara over to it or touching it with it. It mostly it seems like the thing might just need some further study, but you don't really know what its mechanism is to open it.
Maybe it's based on what you value most. Any of you have firstborn children?
No.
Everyone looks at Ris'sh and Emanuele.
Fix will grab the gold holy symbol of Sarah and Ray and set it on the pile.
Emanuele, not ones that I value.
I can say with absolute certainty, no, I do not have any children.
There is no response from the symbol. It seems the only response you've gotten so far has been with coinage.
Okay.
So you're on the right track with that, but you're not sure what you can do with the coin to get it to respond.
Well, I'm going to sit down and think about this. If you all want to question the wizard, I think she's waking up at the other room.
Can we see the top of the pillar?
It is flush with the top of the room.
It goes into the ceiling?
Yeah.
Maybe we take things back town, get tools, come back fresh eyes.
I'll think about this for a minute. You guys look around or talk to the wizard or something.
Currently, I haven't put them on the map, but you do have 2 prisoners at the moment. Though one of them you locked in the cells up top.
Mm-hmm.
you have the caster lady that was fighting with Nualia, as well as the guy known as Auric that was wrapped up by Juan earlier that just kind of surrendered after he threw a couple of blows with his bastard sword.
Let's go ask the wizard.
Yeah, I'll hang here. I'm not very intimidating. Time to start looking for seams.
So yeah, I'll put her back on the map right there. Like, she'd probably be in the corner here, but yeah, she's tied up and gagged, I imagine. So
You
Maybe
awake.
Pull her gag down.
So like, well, I imagine you not killing me is progress.
No promise.
Great. I should have stuck with the Pathfinders.
What can you tell us about that golden statue in there?
You're talking about the pillar in the other room?
Yes.
All I know is there's something to do with accessing the rooms beyond it. There's some kind of mechanism that revolves around it, though for the life of me, I haven't been able to distinguish it one way or another.
We found that the image vibrated or shimmered when we pressed gold coins against it. Do you know anything in your magical training that sounds like?
What's my information worth to you?
Your life?
Fair point. We had gotten about as far as that before we had some unexpected visitors.
Do a sense motive to see if she's holding anything back?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, she seemed to be on the up and up. She's kind of just sighs and like leans back into her binds to not like strain against them. But like, I was hired by Nualia to come here to help with this sort of matters, but I'm more of an initiate of the arcane than practitioner. Speaking of, where's my book?
Which book?
No idea.
Did we take the spell book off of her?
Somebody did.
Yeah.
I believe that was Ris'sh, because copying spells.
She just sighs again and leans her head back. She's like, I miss Pseudo.
Yes. Plus, she doesn't actually know I'm a wizard. I don't think she's seen me cast a spell. I just grabbed at her wand.
Who's Pseudo?
He's a beautiful man. Was Nualia's plaything, I suppose, is the best word, but he could have been so much more than that. I hope he's okay.
He and Cell in town.
Well, at least he's not dead. I mean, don't suppose you could let me out of here and let me free. It's not beyond the realm of possibility. I mean, clearly I was just a lackey. I mean, you don't really need me for anything.
It's not beyond the realm of possibility, but you haven't been very useful so far, so I don't know why we would be inclined to do so.
Look, clearly there's some sort of mechanism on that pillar, but we haven't discovered it yet. I mean, I don't know really what I can tell you otherwise.
Maybe help look. Obviously, leave in peace afterwards.
I mean, I'm fine with helping you. I mean, as long as it can grant my freedom.
We'll see how much you help. And he'd help her to her feet and untie the binds that are on her feet. And,
so, like, are you leaving her hands bound, or you just?
Yeah, leaving her hands bound, but calling Juan in to just kind of stand right there so she can't run away.
No worries. She would follow your lead to the other room and see that there's already some people examining it.
If I had been able to turn up anything in this time.
So this would be the equivalent of taking a 10 by this time. So far you haven't been able to uncover anything yet. What's your perception modifier?
+10.
+10? No, still hasn't come up with anything without taking the 10.
How long does taking a 20 take?
Let me double check.
2 minutes usually.
2 minutes. Oh, is that all it takes for taking a 20?
That was an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rule it that
I'm
gonna rule that taking a 10 is around 1 or 2 minutes, and taking a 20 is around 20 minutes of time.
That's fair.
That feels better to me than taking 2 minutes to do.
Otherwise, all
20.
situations like this would be solved by spending
there's 3 counterpoints to it being 2 minutes. One is that there's supposed to be no penalty for failure to take the 20 that way.
Oh yeah.
And 2 is no threats and all that, because 2 minutes to do something, full attention.
Oh, it's actually in the compendium is 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Says usually 2 minutes for a skill that takes 1 round or less to perform.
Yeah. For this, because you're examining it at length, I'll say it takes about 20 minutes. But either way, with the conversation, you've been at it for a good 10 minutes or so.
I'm going to just take a 10 on assisting and aid mothering the...
Yeah, so that's essentially what this woman does, and assists, just auto assists and everything, as probably Ephixa and Lucilla are the ones taking the point to examining this.
Ephixa would have largely just been in there kind of stacking the gold coins she has and just seeing more or less entertaining herself by stacking coins in fun ways.
But yeah, after about 20 minutes of examining, and there's some discussion between a lot of you, especially between Ris'sh, Lucilla, and the woman, as they seem to be the most probably intelligent mechanically of all of everybody. Yeah, there does. After about 20 minutes, you kind of feeling around the entire thing. You find a slot on one side, like a very small slot, and then you actually trace the line, and there's another one on the other side, and they're both about the size of a coin.
I knew it.
I wonder what you put in.
Out of character, that was gonna be my third guess, but then I remembered that Leon Hall thing where I uncovered all of Richard's plot because I took exact measurements of rooms. So I was trying not to do bullshit anymore. So
if you do bullshit and it works, it's fine. I just wasn't prepared in that one.
I'm just I have no ideas. Let's take exact measurements of the interior of each room compared to the outside to see if there's spaces. I can't believe that worked. Either way, I'm gonna put a coin in the left-hand slot, and just
which kind?
Gold.
Okay. You put one in the first slot. Nothing seems to happen so far.
6. The other one, that side.
Oh, okay.
Are you putting a gold in as well?
Yeah.
So as you put a coin in each slot, you begin to hear a grinding noise as this pillar begins to shake and descend into the floor.
Aha!
Quickly retrieve the coins.
Yeah, you're not able to retrieve the coins.
That's totally fair. That's in and out of character. Totally fine with losing 1 gold coin to this.
Yeah, after that happens, the woman in the back's like, "Huh, that was it. Man, I feel stupid."
See, I told you they would design this thing to be openable. So what are we gonna do about and gesture to the wizard? Just gonna bonk her on the head again?
I mean, no one had to go around bonking anybody.
I'm not exactly happy with you being at my back, considering every time I seem to look at you, you're throwing magic at me and hurting me.
I mean, to be fair, I can't really do that right now. She kind of motions to an empty book holder.
I think we should put her back in her bindings and sit her back in the room to guard Haldor until we can leave.
Wait, that wasn't part of the deal. You said you would let me go.
Well,
I didn't say when.
When we're done here. Anyway, so we're bonking on our head. We decided this.
What is it?
I'm not going to do the bonking, but I'm definitely for her being subdued.
I mean, I'm not saying killing her, obviously. That would be cruel. But
I
just,
know.
render her into a state of temporary unconsciousness.
Whatever.
So at least I know for at least Emanuel's sake, he's going to be tying her back up into that room.
Yeah.
He's agreed to leave peacefully.
I have a club in one of my bags if you guys.
Wizard lady, could you kindly just turn around and hit your head against the wall till you pass out? I don't want to embarrass myself by trying to punch you and not doing anything.
So the room, this little hallway as you enter itself, there is doorways going multiple directions, all double doors. The only one that stands out as noticeable in terms of what the door looks like is the one to the south. The door there is made of solid stone. It bears no handles. The only thing that is noticeable is an indent of an outline of a 7-pointed star. Its shape is covered by hollows and slits where handles would normally be.
So there doesn't appear to be an outward, way to open it.
There does not.
That's what I would do if I were sealing up a demon.
Okay, so
This door here and this door here both have handles as well, though.
classic dungeon design. What we have to do is we have to find the key in the other parts to unlock the door. There'll either be traps or monsters or some kind of symbolic challenge on the other side of these doors.
The real treasure was inside yourselves all along.
Son of a bitch!
The key was friendship all
So do they
along.
have do one of these doors have a red key on them and the other a blue key?
I'm more concerned with how long the coins are going to stay open.
Oh, that's a good point. Juan, get in here.
So Ris'sh is looking on the other side for a way to open it from inside.
There actually is a lever right by where you are that
That's
seems to
good.
be more easily opened on this side. So good news and bad news.
Yes.
Your gold coins are gone, but you should be able to get back in easily or get back out easily.
Toll doors. Need to look into that in the future.
Tell you we should just go get tools, break door.
I'm going to inspect this northern door for traps or anything.
Yeah, go ahead and roll perception.
The most used skill. 13?
I mean, perception is always going to be the most used.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, doesn't seem to be any traps. Just it's a very old stone door. It doesn't show too much weathering as this room has been very sealed. But there's some cracks in it from whatever ancient disaster that might have befallen this area. As everything is slightly off kilter in this floor. The entire time you've been here, the floor is just at a slight angle, so nothing is completely level. But not mechanically gonna disable anything. It's just if you were to put a marble on the ground, it would drastically roll one direction.
It's like my house.
All right, I guess we'll gingerly open these doors.
And fireball. As you enter this room, this barren room contains an upraised dais on which sits a marble throne. To either side stand statues of a man clutching a book and a glaive. A ghostly figure seems to be seated in the throne, an image of the same man who appears in the statues. He seems to be addressing an audience as he moves his hand about, his fingers decorated with hooked rings, but the words issuing from this phantom mouth are difficult to make out and in a strange language. This image is actually flickering, you would in and out. I believe, Lucilla, you speak Thessalonian.
I do.
I was trying to pick it up from you, so.
Yeah. Spoken from this image that is emanating from the center of this dais, over and over again on repeat is upon us, but I command you remain. Witness my power, how Alanist's petty wrath is but a flash compared to my strength. Take my final work to your graves and let its memory be the last thing before the image cuts off, and then after about a minute it repeats itself.
Okay. So it looks like this was like the last dying words during whatever wiped out the Thessalonians.
Not quite make it all out, but Alasnist mean anything to you? Sound like name.
Yeah, I can give a roll in 1 second. Hold on, I was just jotting something down on my other work computer. Okay. I can. Alasmus. Can I take a history on that?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a history, or you can do the take 10.
I'll just do the take 10 for a total of 20.
Yeah. So 20. Just because you had prior experiences. When you were down in the catacombs beneath Sandpoint, I remember you had researched a little bit.
Yes. I went to the archives to try to find anything I could.
Alasnus, it was known as the Wrath Lord of the Runelords of the past. So, talking about petty wrath and Alasnus,
And,
I'm just gonna keep saying Alanist because the Z is annoying.
Yeah, that's fine. And the Runelords were the ones that ruled the old.
Yeah, they are
Thessalonian
basically
Empire.
the emperors of the time of Thassalon.
Gotcha. So.
Well, I'm sure that's the last we'll hear of them.
So you think Well and Beast Undercity related to this?
Where did I find the name of the Wrath Lord? Was that in the Well of the Undercity?
You had pieced a little bit together from the Wrath spawn that were below the
right.
Below Sandpoint, and then with that knowledge, you went and did some research, and that's how you came up with it. Wrath was common association to a rune lord known as Alanist, but that's about as much as you were able to uncover.
Gotcha. I'm gonna take a step into the room. Hope I don't explode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, see fine.
I would like to inspect the room, maybe see what is creating this. I assume it's just a whatchamacallit, a major image, motion and sound.
Go ahead and roll me a spellcraft.
God, nice low rolls.
Well, thanks to detect magic, you definitely know it is an illusion of some kind, but
yeah, I do have detect
that's
magic.
about as much as you can identify.
Okay.
Even with the +2, because this technically is a magical item, but it's very old and not
it's
really
just
working
a bad
right.
roll. A +6 at this level is not terrible.
Yeah.
For a non-wizard. And are these are like burnt empty braziers, I imagine?
Those are two statues.
Statues?
The same man that's speaking in this image these are statues of the man.
Gotcha. So throne room situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even with that low spellcraft, it is clear that whatever magic that this was has been grossly damaged. So, which is why it's only repeating the same little bit over and over again.
I'm just like gonna walk around the back side of the chair. Kind of get like a full 360 of it.
Yeah.
Anything under the chair, just for laughs?
No, there's nothing under the chair.
Who's gonna sit in the chair? I'm not sitting in the chair.
The illusion's in the chair.
That just seems rude.
Can you sit on an illusion?
Try it.
Yeah. You're feeling lucky.
Let's open the other doors.
I think this might not be this guy's actual throne room, but like a prepared room in another building that he then projects messages out to, like a broadcast. like a town crier.
Yeah.
My final work to your graves and medits memory.
Kenneth is muting my microphone again.
Yeah, because you're picking up audio from the call.
I realized
am
that.
No, I was going to say I'll be right back, guys.
Okay. I realized I said broadcast when that's not genre appropriate. That's why I corrected it and said town crier, because that is genre appropriate.
Well,
If this guy was some sort of great wizard, possibly one of the Runelords. Wait a minute. I'm gonna inspect these statues for any like signifying sigils or Thessalonian text.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a perception.
Mm-hmm.
Good old perceptions.
Woo! 29. There it is.
So there's no identifying sigils or anything. You definitely tell that compared to the statue you saw down in the below Sandpoint in that cathedral area, because there was a statue of what you now know as Alanist. This one is much more resplendent. It has rings adorning every single finger, multiple rings on some of the fingers. The looking at the image, the robes seem very fine and like gold seam encrusted. There is like he has medallion on his neck that is just very gold and gem encrusted.
is there a Rune Lord of very good taste?
I'm guessing.
Maybe greed, if
Greed.
sins, yes.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Or gluttony.
Possible. Go with the more traditional interpretation of the word. Let's check out the other realm. I'm gonna make notes of this in my adventure journal. Society's gonna love this.
Hey, you know the wizard that we've got tied up back there? She said she had been in the Pathfinder Society.
That can't be right. Let's check out this other door.
Okay. Are you gonna roll perception on it?
Yep. Because I'm basically the rogue.
Yeah. It just looks the same as the last door you went through. It doesn't seem to be trapped of any kind. It's just old and weathered.
All right. Pop it open.
As you look into this room, even at a glance from where you are here, the room contains 3 low tables. Their tops covered with a strange and chilling selection of tools, saws, long-bladed knives, objects whose purpose is not readily apparent. Near the southern table, a large collection of bones lie heaped together. Too many to be one skeleton, but too few to be 2.
The butchering room.
Well, they did like their amoral experiments. Remember the things that were loose underneath Sandpoint.
I miss a floating room. Why can't there be anything cool like that here?
Yeah. Thinking back, that floating room was very fun.
Let's see here. I guess I can give a knowledge nature on those bones to see what it is.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a nature.
In the meanwhile,
23.
detect magic.
So with the knowledge nature, it is human bones, though they look like they've been modified. It looks like some of the bones, like you see like a femur bone that has been fused with other parts of adjoining bones that belong to another skeleton.
That's not natural.
Yeah, it
It's
definitely looks like there's
modified.
been some alterations there.
I've modified your skeleton. Pray I don't modify it further.
Magic, you don't detect anything. Feel free to do any general perception of the room as you like.
Yeah, I'll do general perception. There's something in here. Can feel it in my nethers. Damn it!
That's-
Always when I need it.
Good thing you
You're
didn't say
too
you didn't
focused on
feel it
your
in your
nethers.
bones.
Y'all are too focused on Lucilla's nethers.
Emanuele
yeah,
just got distracted.
you didn't really
by-
need a high roll for this anyway. I just like to give you shit. Which is good because you all rolled terribly.
Yeah.
So Lucilla,
I actually rolled the best.
Yeah. So you are the one that notices. The first thing you notice is these surgical tools, despite the old age of them, are exquisitely made. These saws, bladed knives, and all these other like devices could probably fetch a decent price. Not quite sure how much, but all in all, it's like it has this. They're all like on the table underneath, on top of what looks like it was like normally it used to be a roll up leather that is long since crumbled and is useless. But it looks like almost like a plague doctor's roll up like leather pouch that they would carry around.
Yeah.
So these are definitely some kind of surgical tools. But thing that is more important to you is on the easternmost table, which is the one to the right of you, is not an actual tool at all. It is a silver and gold 7-pointed star with one surface is studded with nodules and blades, and the other is a thin curved handle. It is very clearly the key to the room to the south.
Bingo. Got it. And I'll pick it up.
Yep. No harm, no done. You just pick up the key. It is a sizable key, so you have to kind of pick it up with two hands, being, the size you are.
Yep.
What is this?
This is the key to the southern door.
Huh.
If it's sealed, maybe we leave alone, come prepared.
Prepared with what?
I don't know. I just think it's a bad idea to open seal on demon.
I don't think this is the seal. I think this is just the lock of the door. There's probably an actual magical seal inside. Look, I'm not saying it's the best plan, but in the absence of a plan, a bad plan is better than no plan.
I knew a general that once said that.
How in for him?
Considering he's using was and new past tense.
Hmm.
Not too well.
Might be older general, but yes.
No, he's not with us anymore in Malthun.
Choked to death on a chicken bone?
No, his name was Custer. He was overrun by the indigenous people.
I knew that. I knew that's where this joke was going. It's the only way that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Juan just stares at you like, what?
that was out of character. Look, we've come this far, and making sure that a demon can't attack everyone here would be a really good idea. I'm not going to open this if you guys aren't behind me, but we've come this far. We should see this thing through.
Lucilla, trust me, I will always be behind you.
You know, I don't like that. I don't like the way you said that.
What? I think it's best to lead from the rear. One, go over a little bit so she can get to the
you and
door.
him.
Gogmurt, I mean, this is your house. Do you want a demon underneath it?
Nah, let's get rid of it.
Well, fine. Her eyes light up blue. So, for timing-wise, whenever we actually open the door, I'm going to cast Communal Protection from Evil. Cast.
And also,
I won't attack you guys.
just because... Well, you're helping us out, Gogmurt, so... Here. Heal 9 hit points. And I'll use my last second level spell to cast Mirror Image on myself.
I'll go ahead and use my last spell to cast Gravity Bow.
If I remember correctly, just 1d4 for every 3 caster levels. Cool.
Richard, when I moved one like that, as I dropped him, I was like, oh shit, don't break through the black outline.
Did it break through?
No, it did not. But
I would say usually, I think for players, it is actually smart about that. So
okay. I mean, in theory, he's still laying there in front of the door, but just so Lucilla has a clearer path to walking up, I wanted him for once to kind of be up front.
All right. Is everyone ready?
As ready as I'll ever be.
I click it in.
okay, you fit it into the doorway as it clicks in between the two doors. You just hear
Sorry. I was going to ask, just for mental image, how high on the door is it? It's like
you're reaching above your head.
Yeah, a very dramatic moment turned very comical as it's like the Indiana Jones movie music swells and it's just a far cut shot of me on my tiptoes. It's like, come on, son of a.
But as you fit it into the slot of the door, you hear a quick shake of the door as it the old ancient hinges kind of click and crack a little bit as then they begin to shake and then swing open with a not a squeal but like a stone upon stone groaning.
Yep. Ancient cobwebs clear. That sound is better than booze.
But as the door opens, you see light emanating from the two corners of the left and right of the map. Mm-hmm. Small little flickering lights that seem to burn in the sides. The walls of the south bears an immense carving of a 7-pointed star. Inside, you see a fire pit that, while it was only a few inches deep, it emanates just this burn, this dull burn in the center of the room. And currently that is all you see.
All right, let's advance with caution.
Don't worry, Ris'sh. She's very good at these things.
Full defense move in. Full defense.
Yes, but he's demon.
No, your people don't like demons?
What do you say is in these corners? Are those crates?
Those are candle holders. There's a bunch of candles. Lucilla, fix it before you go any farther, Ephixa.
Yep.
He's very crafty things. Not to be done.
So as you're both here, you hear the sound of air moving before you actually feel as something slashes out at both of you.
Cool.
So there's going to be claws on both of you.
Still full defense.
So that's going to be Lucilla, 25 to hit.
Let's see. Full defense. Yeah, that'll hit, but I still have mirror images.
So go ahead and let's see. It's 4, so D4.
Yeah, 1D4.
Pops an image.
Glad I got that spell.
And the other one will be against Ephixa.
By the way, Richard, I would just like to say, for the record, thank you for not saying he has true sight. It's level 4. I would have kicked a wall.
Oh wait, I forgot about that. Never mind. You're fine.
Well, I need to purchase a flight to California, guys.
Understandable.
As is tradition.
Just go to a Big 5 sporting goods. Yeah, can I get a harpoon, for hunting sea creatures?
You're going to need a permit.
So yeah, appearing on all fours in front of you, is, hold on one second.
What's the big gold tic tac in the middle?
Fire pit.
It's a fire pit.
Yeah.
Very spicy tic tac.
Fire is really hard to put on a map from the top. I'll just have to say, I've been trying to do it for some of my maps I've been making, and it is so stupid.
Image.
I already succeeded a knowledge roll on this guy, so I should be able to.
This is a Barghest.
Yes.
Said to.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry, I keep interrupting you.
Yeah, that's fine. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, how do you put the image in the chat thing? So that might
I'll link you the macro later.
Okay, cool. Might just be helpful for the.
It's a good flavor thing to show full images of things without having to reveal everything.
Or having to put it in the Skype chat. It's really nice.
But yeah, said to be related to the goblinoid races, it is a cross between a wolf and a goblin that is known to feed on the flesh and souls of mortals.
Kick ass.
And as it swipes at you and appears out of its invisibility, it's like, it has been so long since I fed. Oh, you both look so delicious. As it its tongue lashes out and licks over, it's like its tongue wipes its face like it's like a napkin. As we're gonna go into a turn order immediately because it doesn't seem like it wants to talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
What a depraved, disgusting creature.
Tell you, demon.
I like that coming from a goblin.
Yeah.
Man, I'm
Gogmurt bringing up the rear.
Let's see.
I do like that trope when it happens in fiction, when something that you normally consider quite evil and bad regards another evil thing as just a worse thing that shouldn't exist. I'm not a big fan in DC Comics of the Batman who laughs, but I did enjoy in one comic when the Joker, talking about the Batman who laughed, he's like, no, we should destroy it. It's wrong. It shouldn't exist. It's evil. It's like, this is coming from the Joker.
Right.
My favorite is when Joker and Red Skull teamed up until he learned that Red Skull was a Nazi.
I know. Listen,
he's like, I may be a villain, but I'm an American villain.
Yeah, I murder indiscriminately. Thank you very much.
I believe that's everyone on the board.
I do.
Your Honor, how could it be a hate crime if I loved doing it?
Ris'sh, so you're up first after the surprise round as this thing had lashed out at Lucilla and Ephixa. This towering thing that's on all fours, hunched over, and just looks menacing and hungry.
It's just standing there, menacingly. So, flaming sphere time.
Oh, yeah. Let me make a sphere. I believe there's already a built-in token for this.
Mm-hmm.
I typed in Fireball, and one of the first things that showed up was Fireball whiskey. That's appropriate. But no.
Yes, put that in.
No. And I'll give you control of it so you can put it where you wish.
I guess we'll just leave that for when someone casts Flame Sphere in the Dwarf game.
So you should see the sphere. Yep.
Mm-hmm. So he's got a reflex coming. I'll go ahead and upcast that. So it's DC 17.
Yes. 16. So it fails it.
Yay for upcasting. All of 9 damage, too.
Yeah.
That's 9.
Yeah, he takes the fire damage and he's like, licks his charms like, oh, you'll be extra delicious.
So that is 3 rounds left.
His turn. And with his modified strength, what do we have for this ability? Okay, he is going to stay where he is. And let's see, roll to cast defensively. So remind me, it's D20 plus what for casting defensively? Is it just your caster level?
I believe so.
Yeah.
The
Okay,
target is like, don't remember if it's 10 or 11, but it's double the caster or spell level.
28, I'm pretty sure will make it.
Yeah.
As I need, let's see. I need Emanuele to roll me a will save.
Oh, interesting.
Yep. And if he's evil, you've got a +2 against, so.
Okay. Where is it on the sheet? Oh, there we go. Oof.
That's a fail. You are charmed by
Can I-
this creature.
I was gonna say, can I re-roll that with a hero
Yeah,
point?
you have the hero points if you wish to
Does
use it.
protection of evil make you immune against charmed?
Second subject immediately receives another saving throw against any spell or effects.
I think it does.
I think it's if they're under it, but
Immediately receives a second saving throw against mental control, including charms.
that they're already
No,
under
while
at the time
under
of
the
casting
effects
it.
of this spell, the target is immune to any new attempts to possess or exercise mental control over the target.
Oh yeah, so he casts this, and as it hits your brain, and he shouts out in a very disgusting dialect of common. He's like, "Keep them off of me," and you just don't know why he told you that, but Lucilla.
Okay.
After he did that, he would have 5-footed over here to get out of the
Okay.
fireball.
I can't 5 foot diagonally upwards, can I?
Not in this room, no.
Didn't think so.
Especially because if you look at it, you can see part of the wall here.
Yeah, that's why I was asking. I kind of figured it's a no, but
Yeah.
if
If that whole tile was a single door, I would maybe allow it, but
instead,
with the door there.
I'm gonna not continue full defensing, so that's -6. And I am going to begin shouting out information as I begin my performance to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So that's.
And I remember you had passed the roll pretty high, so
yeah.
Some of the stuff that you do know is that they are immune to any non-magical damage, or at least very close to immune.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, they have DR.
Yep, use magical weapons.
In terms of immunities and stuff, that's pretty much all they have.
Mhm.
They just hit really hard.
Gotcha. So yeah, I'll do that as a standard action. People can move through my ace. Well, I guess I'll just stay put because if someone wants to move here, I want to let them be able to do that.
No worries.
And other than that, I guess I just hope I don't get murdered. But it does boost my AC by 1 against him because of my performance, and it boosts everyone's.
Good.
It boosts everyone's attacks, AC, and saves
By 1, right?
by 1. Yeah, it's not.
But it's not spells. It's only spell-like abilities, right?
Spell-like abilities and other creature abilities.
Yes. Okay.
Supernatural. The 3 types. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I got it.
Extraordinary. That's the one I was blanking on.
So, Ephixa, it's your turn.
Alright, she'll point her scimitar at him and say, on the behalf of Sarenrae, I shall escort you back to where you came and use smite, and then add those buffs, and then 5-foot step over and full attack.
Go for it.
Alright. And since this is the first time I'm attacking with it, I do double smite extra damage.
That'll hit.
Right. And then for the shield.
Don't forget to roll your smite damage afterwards. Yeah, both of those hit.
Should already be added in.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't.
1d6 plus 3 plus 4?
Because smite extra damage is your.
Oh, yeah, you're only
paladin,
like level
right?
2 paladin, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I got confused, because I forgot
Doesn't
that
it
you
do,
multi-class
doesn't
like
it
3
do
times.
extra against evil outsiders though?
It's already doubled.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, that's why I was confused, because I keep forgetting you multi-classed a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did not like those blows.
But he's also hit by the disrupting shield. Or
So he takes a penalty to attack you, right? Or
minus 2
anyone
to
fight you?
attack, and if he misses anybody by more than 5, it provokes attack of opportunity.
Gotcha.
And my AC goes up.
Emanuele.
Well, he doesn't want to miss out on the fun, so he is going to move down into to right there, take a shot, and give
Covering Fire to Ephixa. And Swift Action, invoke his Animal Focus to give him extra dexterity. And he's using Gravity Bow right now.
Before you roll for an attack, I do have a question for the community here.
Mm-hmm.
I forget how blink works because in his thing he has it that he cast it before the fight starts.
Basically,
does
it
that
gives us-
affect his attack rolls and yours, or
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then he wouldn't have done that. Then
Yeah.
that doesn't seem like something he would have done.
It's a power that sounds cool, but pans out to be quite annoying unless you're just running away.
Right.
Or in certain other situations, but yeah, I get it. Oh, connection to server has been interrupted. There it goes. That's back.
Oh,
Okay,
nice.
go ahead. That 23 will hit.
For 14.
Nice.
Then he will-
This isn't a magical bow, right?
It is not magical.
Gravity bow is magical, though.
It is magical damage, but I don't think it functions. It doesn't turn his weapon
Okay.
magical, does it? I don't know how that works.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Still, some damage does get through, though.
Oh, that's good. He's probably
Seems very resistant. Does this thing have damage resistance?
I just said it's.
Meanwhile, Lucilla is like shouting all this stuff out during the entire
Yeah.
time.
Oh, if I remember correctly, aren't demons the one with a cold iron issue?
Sometimes it really depends.
Okay, this guy's not.
He doesn't have a resistance to cold. He doesn't have a weakness to cold iron.
Gotcha.
DR
It's-
magic.
it's only for
lower
magic.
level than DR cold iron or material.
Juan was just moving in. He's not doing anything, right?
Yeah, he's just moving in because he doesn't have reach.
Gotcha. Gogmurt.
Okay. So I am going to cast Guidance on Tangletooth.
Good on you.
And then I will send them into attack. Seeing as there's a fire pit here, I'll say it's pretty.
It will take an attack if you want to roll an acrobatics to try to get through.
Yep. Acrobatics on Tangletooth. There it is. 23.
Does not succeed, so he will get an attack on him. He's gonna bite at him. 22 to hit for 13 damage.
Proposition. Letting characters trade spaces as an immediate action for the person whose turn it isn't.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like, if Lucilla wanted to make a 5-foot step to where Ephixa is, Ephixa could use an immediate action to take that trade.
I think that's a teamwork feat that specifically calls that out.
I believe so too. I remember seeing that you can use that. Yeah, keep in mind though, once you guys get one more level, I'm giving everyone a free teamwork feat. So
Yeah, so just put a pin
Well,
in
she'll
it.
be able
she'll be able to withdraw.
All right. And then it doesn't really look like there's a place for him to fit in here. I don't think. I can't stand on the space, right? It's a fire pit.
you can stand on it. It's not so deep that you can't stand on it, but you will take fire damage being in it.
Yeah, no. So I don't think the other one would put themselves in that situation.
Did you already reduct the damage off of Scrimshaw or no?
How much was it?
13.
It was 13.
All right.
But just one attack was landed or made?
Yeah. It was
now's your
AOL.
chance, Lucilla.
Or here, I'll just say that. Can I switch them around? Because I said I cast Guidance on Tangletooth, but I moved Scrimshaw first. Doesn't matter. Same damage, just do it to Tangletooth.
It's all good.
It was 13. Okay. And then he will use his bite attack. Right here.
That one will miss as you go to bite it. It just can't get through his like leathery skin as it tangles through just like 9 on one of his legs.
That'll actually be Am I flanking? I don't think I am.
You're not flanking, no.
Yeah, but that will be +1 because I did use Magic Fang earlier.
Okay. It still misses, though, unfortunately.
Okay.
And you cast Guidance with Gogmurt. Scrimshaw's probably just staying still since he can't get in there. Michael?
Yeah, he's staying still. Well, yeah, so yeah. Oh, yeah, I forgot about Guidance. So that would technically be a 19. I don't know.
Still misses.
Okay. Okay, then that's it.
Gotcha. Ris'sh.
Mm-hmm.
Can't even hit him on a 19. What is he, a boss?
5 foot up.
Optional boss, but yeah.
Move action to send the sphere after him again.
Let's be real. Nualia was the real boss of this book.
So it's still a 17 to dodge.
Well, we really just need to win a boss fight, Richard, before we can beat this book.
And I think a 30 will beat a 17. So.
It doesn't sit right with me finishing a book on losing a boss fight.
Yeah.
It's all good. So I think he still takes half damage from this, right?
I think it's negates, which is one of the reasons it doesn't scale well. Saving throw, reflex negates.
Okay.
And I guess I will use this wand of magic missile.
For some pew pew action.
Now or never.
Mm-hmm.
Ephixa.
Like, you just, Ephixa just sees these arrows coming from behind, just reflexively, like, shivers.
Yeah. Develops a twitch.
So yes, 2d2, 2d2, 2d4.
+2.
+2. 10 damage.
Ooh, damn.
Respectable.
Max
That's
damage.
max damage, yeah.
Rocket.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, he's not happy. Trapped in the corner like this, he really did not like what Ephixa did to him. So he's going to full attack Ephixa. So, bite.
That'll hit.
9. I think that still goes through even with your bonuses.
Oh, immediate action. I'm going to have, since they're adjacent, I'm going to have Juan use intercept blow. Actually, no, he can't beat a 31. Never mind.
And then there's going to be 2 claws on Ephixa. 22 will miss.
Mm-hmm.
And a 28.
Even with the even with the -2, that would still hit. So
Yeah.
9 additional damage. Ouch.
As he's just growling in the corner, he's like, "No, you're all so delicious. Look, I can't lose here. I'm almost so close." So,
All right. Keep me on my performance, but as a standard action. 9 hit points to fix.
that will provoke.
Oh, right. I forgot how do I cast defensively? I'm not using this.
1d20 plus your caster level, and I assume you don't have combat casting, so
I do not. So
it'll just be your caster level.
which is 4. Yeah, it's not.
Nope. So casting defensively
actually,
would lose the spell.
I'll just roll hero point.
Yep. Go ahead.
Come on, show me the. Hey,
Yep.
there it is. So 9 for fix. And then I will know this will provoke an AOO, but my AC is higher, as well as the fact that I've got mirror images, and I don't think one attack will kill me. So I am going to move here.
31.
Hit.
So that'll be
Hit.
a D3 to your mirror image.
Okay, D3.
Pop another image. It's
Yeah,
like, there's so many of the little ones.
at some point, I out of character, I'm just like, I need to run the risk of moving here.
Yeah.
But I'm officially out of spells, so that's all the healing you get.
All right.
Ephixa.
Swift action. Lay on hands. 2. Oh, something.
Ugh, does that ever go up?
Yeah, next time I take a paladin level, it becomes 2d6.
The multi-class is killing her.
Yeah. But at the same time, it's giving me some nice stuff. Alright. I'll do combat expertise and power attack with this attack, so... Let's see.
So like what, a net -2 or -3?
I'm not at BAB 4 yet, so it's -1 for power attack, -1 for... And then...
Yeah, so -2 total for those.
Plus all the bonuses, so it comes to +4 for my main attack. So...
That one will miss.
Alright, and then shield attack.
That one will also miss.
Okay.
As he's backed in this corner and just like parrying the blows with his claws and just trying to withstand anything from you, in particular, especially.
I think that actually, yeah, I'll stay here just to keep imposing myself in the door.
Gotcha. Emanuele.
All right, Emanuele whispers to Juan, Wombo combo. Juan steps up.
Upon getting there, I should have done the last turn too, so I'm going to do both of them.
Okay.
Using the fire last turn and this turn, so he takes a total of 11
Since
points
he's
of
long,
damage.
could he be on one side of it?
Yeah, I guess I always forget it was a snake.
I
Yeah.
thought you said it was a pit.
It is, but it's just those two tiles right here. But it's he's a snake, so he's long. So I'll ignore that then.
We make his token long.
It's gonna look weird.
Yeah,
Yes.
don't bother.
Sorry.
We'll just remember.
It would be like that, and that just looks weird.
Yeah. All right, so he's going to attempt to bite. Damn.
This
All right, Emanuele 5 foot steps down. He's going to use friendly fire for the first time, putting one at harm of getting hit if he misses.
I think that as long as he has these two spaces here behind him, he should just be able to occupy them instead, you know?
Yeah, that's how I'm ruling it. As long as those two spaces remain empty, he's not going to be taking the damage because we'll say he's lengthwise out.
Yeah, he's like, this would be like him coiled up as a single space.
I'm going to
Scroll
reroll that.
Just for future reference, no re-rolls for animal companions.
Okay.
No, he's doing it for his own attack.
No,
Yeah,
I'm just saying,
for
but for future reference, now that I'm thinking about it.
Mhm.
That one will hit.
All right, and in hitting, it provokes an attack of opportunity from Juan.
Okay.
I mean, my animal companions don't do very much damage, so.
Which I think lands.
That will hit.
And then 22 to grapple versus CMD.
22 will not succeed the grapple.
Yeah, that was low. Okay.
But still, that's a lot bigger damage than he used to have. Why does he have a plus 12?
Yeah.
Because his strength is now 26.
Ooh.
Yeah, animal companions get insane ability scores. My
Wait,
cat's at
26,
20.
isn't that still like 5, 6,
Plus
8
8.
damage? Plus
13.
8? Plus. Wait,
But
13.
it's a bite, and being a natural attack, he gets 1.5 damage.
Oh.
Strength damage.
Main natural attack gets 1.5.
Yeah, I forget about some of those rules sometimes, so
Yep.
thanks for keeping me honest.
Yeah, like these cats had 22 dex at level 1.
Yeah.
Actually, you're right. It would be 8, but yeah, 1.5's 12. Why did I think 13? I knew that. I knew the fucking formula in my head. It's
There's room now.
-10 divided by 2.
All right.
Oh, and as a move action, he's going to give combat aid, combat advice, and covering fire to Ephixa.
So is that +2 to attack, or?
To your first attack and +2 to your AC against this guy.
Just keep pumping up that AC.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'm
when
going
he's swinging
to
at +14.
sending Grimshaw down there, unless Lucilla just moved because you didn't want to be right next to it, right?
Yeah.
There's not a strategic reason for leaving the space point.
No,
way,
I'm
going.
going to start doing a ranged attack, but no, there's no strategic reason.
All right. And then I will have Gogmurt 5-foot step. I don't think I can. Maybe if I down this hallway. Does that work, Richard?
You can see him. Like if you're trying to make a ranged attack, it'd probably have a +2, or a +2 to its AC. I mean.
Okay. Well, that's fine with me because I'm just going to be using Produce Flame, so it'll be a touch attack. All right. Well, it misses anyways.
Yep. Luckily, we're not doing any kind of crit fail fumbles or anything.
Then Tangletooth is going to go with all of his attacks. Bite. And 2 claws, and those will all be +1. Or
the third one hits, and I think you push Magic Fang on Tangletooth, so
yeah,
it does count as magical.
Yeah, it's magical, and it does 3 damage instead.
Takes a little bit more from that.
Is it? Oh, it's not. I don't think it's adding their strength. I don't think I added their strength because they didn't have a good strength before, but now they have a better one.
What's their strength modifier?
Their strength modifier is just +1 now, so just add another one on top. Or no, that was it. Their new strength modifier should be...
Like, what's their strength total now?
16 is a +3.
So they're an 18 strength, or
we lost you,
and
Mike.
he dropped call. Yeah.
While we're waiting for him to come back, I'll just look it up real quick.
Yeah, I thought he said earlier that they had a 16, but 18.
Yeah, I think I'll take a quick bio too.
Small cat.
Do you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. My connection got lost there for a second.
It's a +3 to their damage when they got up to level 4. So it'll be an extra 3 damage.
Their strength is actually 18, so they're.
Oh, did you put a point in it? Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So Gombo went to the bathroom. Kenneth, are you still here? Okay. Well, no, we'll just wait until.
Yes.
Everyone should go ahead and finish their bios or whatever then. It's all good. We'll take a bio here real quick.
All right.
If you want, for Michael, you can finish your turn if you want, or you can wait until the bio. Then you still have Scrimshaw and yourself.
Yeah, Scrimshaw. Actually, I'll just take this moment to edit their sheets so that their numbers are correct. How about that?
All good.
Let's see. Strength 18, Dex 20, Con 18. Which
that's a solid stat line.
Yeah. I think I've noticed that the small cats, I think, are more balanced than the big cats. I think the big cats have everything in strength.
Mm-hmm. But they get hit every time.
Yeah.
But they also get pounce and rake and grab. Small cats don't get those.
Yeah, small cats are more versatile, but I didn't want to add more large creatures to this game.
Uh-huh. The action economy is already in shambles.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's really broken now.
I mean, once we all discovered that the best way to win is to have a bunch of people, is to have a bunch of mooks, we were like, how do we get mooks of our own?
To shreds, you say?
I'm not really sweating it too much because there's going to be a lot of times that this isn't always going to be the case.
Yeah.
Especially when you guys wind up starting to fight giants. Looking forward to that. I'll kill some animal commanders fast then.
And I've tried not to be pushy with Juan, keeping him back and not bringing him into the dungeons.
Also, no, you're all fine. You guys are still, like, even with this many animal companion, it's so much better than the time I had to deal with it before.
Oh yeah, the guy talked you into letting him roll the stats for everything.
Well, I mean, it was my
We
first
live
time.
and learn. You live and learn, and then you don't allow druids. At least not 6 druids in one party.
Hey, if you have more animal companions in space, you just can't bring your animal companions. That's all.
You know, it just dawned on me. Did y'all ever see that movie, The Sandlot?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
About the boys playing baseball and how they played for years and years?
I vaguely remember something about a large dog behind a fence.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, at the end of it, they said something like, when so-and-so moved away, we never replaced them. We've gotten to the point in this group where we have so many like back jokes, we would never be able to bring in a new member.
Yeah.
I think we could if we had to, but I hope it never happens.
Yeah.
I almost feel like it would have to be by recommendation. It's like someone that one of us knew personally that we brought in, not some rando. Otherwise, we'd go through like 18 people before we found someone.
I would vet randos if I had to by making them do one-shots first.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Before we brought him into an active campaign.
If we were really down a person, we couldn't find anyone else to come in that we knew, then we could test out people, basically.
Yeah.
But,
like I said, hopefully this never happens because I like.
Yeah, I don't want that to happen.
we would have to be very clear, like, hey, we've been playing for like 5 years.
Yeah.
It's a joke.
That was my point. We'd have to spend 1 hour every session just explaining everything we say.
Mhm.
6 druids in a party? Well, there was this one game.
Well, you see,
wasn't
there was
helped
this
by
one game where one of us ran a module, and everyone decided it'd be a fun idea to run a druid and then take the animal companions.
And then the module gave us like 15 NPCs following us around.
And the DM rage quit in the middle.
Yeah, I think that might have been. That was my first Pathfinder game I think I ran with you guys. That didn't go so well.
I mean, we already explained so many things that happened with like Auric for those who weren't there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like other than Michael and Gombo, none of the rest of you know what that whole thing was, but we've explained it before.
You know? Yeah, that's a whole game worth of sessions that half of us know.
Yep. I think we're all back now, so
Yep.
you want to finish Gogmurt's turn, and then we'll get into Ris'sh.
All right. Let me just finish one.
If you're having Scrimshaw attack, I will say, since he doesn't have Magic Fang, I'll save you the trouble. His attacks are not going to be able to do any damage.
I cast it on both of them.
Oh, okay.
I had 2 uses prepared today because I
Gotcha.
got the spell slot. And I have 2 animal companions. And Magic Fang is a really good spell.
Yep.
Okay, and then I'll just use this one. Okay. Scrimshaw's the one, yeah. And then I'm just going to use Tangle Tooth's macro again, because that's one I have up to date.
Oh, good.
Okay. Close the editing. There we go. There are my attacks. Okay, he's going to... Scrimshaw's only going to get 1 attack, right? Because he just moved up?
Yeah, he moved up, so he can get either a bite or one of the claws.
Okay. Jump. 29
That will hit.
for 6. And then I'm not even that bothered with the trip.
No worries.
Yeah.
And then it is Ris'sh's turn. I will do the reflex save.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, he's fine.
Mm-hmm.
He's just dancing around this disco ball of fire.
That's kind of how it went against the Ythound, too.
That's a huge reflex.
This guy's actually pretty beefy. It's just, there's a lot of you and one of him. I mean, his 2 hits are plus 14.
Yeah. 2 hits? I thought it was 3 attacks total.
No,
Right.
I said his 2 hits.
Oh,
not
gotcha.
not his 2 different hits, but like TO.
Oh, gotcha.
So, I guess we'll go with Magic Missile. 6 more.
At the darkness.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. His turn, because I'm at... Are you moving? I keep always skipping
No.
before I ask.
No, because it's a move action to move the sphere.
Ah.
Technically, even though he hasn't moved I think it still needs to be directed to attack him. Because, that'd be kind of the point of the reflex save, wouldn't it?
23 to cast defensively. He's going to hit everyone but the cats and Gogmurt.
Yes.
I need everyone to make a will save. As you were all affected by crushing despair.
Is this a spell-like ability?
Yes, it is.
Okay, then everyone has got a +1.
It is an enchantment compulsion if it affects with protection from evil, by the way.
Oh, yeah, so it's negated.
Is it negated?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so, well, he wouldn't know that.
Yep.
Oh, that
So
sucks, Richard.
He does that and seems to have no effect.
Although, did you give it to the animal companions?
No, I did
He
not.
didn't target them. It's a
Okay.
cone, and he wasn't able to hit them or Gogmurt, so.
Well, Juan rolled a 22. Does he pass?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a natural
I-
22.
I'd hope so.
Lucilla.
I like that from this angle, just real quick before your turn, it
Yeah, go
looks
ahead.
like he's doing like a nine-tailed fox orb of destruction coming out of his mouth.
Let's see. I forgot the exact range of a throwing
It's
dagger.
getting bigger.
But what's the range on a throwing dagger again?
Like 20 feet.
Okay, it's good enough.
You're going to throw your returning dagger at him?
It's +1 magical cold iron, so
Yeah? It'll
yeah.
do something.
Oh,
wow.
wow.
Unfortunately, it does not confirm.
But that 2 damage goes through.
It goes through.
It would be so hilarious if Lucilla just got one really epic kill.
Right.
Just hits it in its eye and it goes down. And it's in the back. Woo!
Hey, Richard, I'm rereading that, and I was wrong. It only prevents... It's not charm and compulsion. It's only attempts to control the target. Mental control.
Okay. So, still, we'll have
Charm,
repels.
compulsion armor, but
This is
So-
considered a enchantment compulsion.
Kind of sounds like it's the control, but whatever.
Here's the wording.
or exercise mental control.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's fine. You guys are immune to it.
But check that 2 damage I did, though. I nicked its ear a bit.
Yeah, a little bit of a weird way to word that. But
Yeah.
It's fine. Again, this is excellent planning for this, and going into the unknown, not knowing what this thing was going to do, and it doesn't know that you have these immunities. It's not a metagaming thing to just cast these and expect them to not work. Ephixa.
All right. Same as before. Power attack and fighting defensively. So scimitar
Miss.
and light shield.
Hit for 7 points of damage.
This attacks are at -2.
There we
And
go.
Swift action, lay on hands. I have one more after this to.
He is both physically and metaphorically backed into a corner right now.
I have the ability that lets me reroll ones on my lay on hands.
Gotcha.
That's my turn.
Okay, Emanuele.
All right, Juan is going to attack.
Does not grab, but will do some damage to him.
All right, and Emanuele again is going to friendly fire, putting Juan at risk.
That will miss.
Ooh, so he has to roll again and see if he hits Juan. And he does. For
Yep.
15 damage.
Yeah, I mean, it's an epic way to finally kill the snake.
Right.
And then we'll go to Gogmurt.
okay.
You got some kitty cats.
Yep. I'm trying to figure out what I want Gogmurt to do, though.
I mean, our last rock album cover was the Orc Barbarian fighting a giant centipede in a thunderstorm. Now we've got a demon and a snake fighting atop a fire pit.
while a literal ball of fire is between them.
Okay. I'm going to... Let's see. I use both uses of Magic Fang. I don't have any first level spells. I have Orc Skin, Animal Aspect. Let's walk Gogmurt. I guess maybe I could just cast Guidance on one of them. I don't really have much I can do here. You know what? Actually, we're going to use that wand.
Wand of tree shape? You're going to turn into a tree in the middle of the room? Sorry, every time I see that wand when I was planning this, I'm like, that is a unique wand.
I mean, it's like a Smash Brothers.
It'd be cool if you could cast it on other people.
Right?
It'd be like a Smash Brothers taunt. Your animal companions kill the boss, and then you just tree pose.
No, I'm going
assert
to
the dominance of nature.
Yeah.
Have we established if this thing has any sort of fire resistance? We've been using a flame orb.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to be resisting any kind of fire, and Lucilla would have let you know if they had it. So.
Yep.
Okay. Going to cast second level trade out. Use my Goblin ability to switch out a spell for Flame Blade.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna need to. This one has retreat, so I'm gonna have to tell Scrimshaw to leave, and then
that will provoke. He's gonna bite at it. So if you want to roll an acrobatics,
all right.
Because animals would automatically try to roll acrobatics to get away from attacks. That will not succeed, so he's going to bite for a natural 1, so it doesn't hit.
Nope.
It provokes attack of opportunity, because I hit him with a shield.
Ah, nice.
So everybody that's within range gets an attack of opportunity.
Okay. That's Tangletooth, Juan, and Ephixa.
Well, that should be 2 more damage, so 10 damage.
I'm lagging out.
Oh, there it goes.
27?
Yep. Hit, and hit for...
Does 23 bypass the MD?
No, it does not.
Ah, darn.
Okay, he is very, very weak.
Action economy the shit out of him.
And then Gogmurt's going to come and finish him off. Mano-y-mano.
Please do. That'd be amazing.
The music swells, and he's like, "For my people."
Yeah, as Gogmurt comes in, he's like, "You obey your betters, defend me."
Okay, I'm going to use Tangletooth's attacks first. Bite,
miss,
2 claws, 1 miss.
Wow,
yeah, 1 hit.
Those were all minimum damage.
Yeah, that 1 hit staggers him as he's like starting to teeter on his limbs, just looking at all of you like in a panic, like a raged panic.
And Flame Blade touch.
Describe your kill.
For minimum damage again.
Nice.
That's enough. He was at 0 already.
Someday I'll get a kill, but I'm fine with that one.
So describe how Gogmurt comes in with the flame blade and kills this thing.
Tangletooth kind of bites this thing's ankle or whatever, holds it in place, stops it from flailing around, and then once pretty much all the fighting is done, Gogmurt does, in the exact goblin way, runs in here and stabs him in the face.
And
then he'll sit there over the body, probably stabbing the face a few more times just to make sure. And then Tangletooth will let go.
Yeah, so as you stab in the face, he tries to rear upward, and you just kind of get carried along with it as you're like holding by him one of his giant bat-like ears and just repeatedly stab with this flame blade, making a charred mess of his face as he tumbles backwards. And he begins to turn to ash and dissipate.
Tangletooth says that, not Gogmurt. No, that's what he thinks.
No, parrot cats.
And we are out of combat.
Demon banished.
Are you writing that down, Lucilla?
Maybe. Lucilla is definitely not high-fiving the illusion of herself.
I don't know what took you guys so long. That was really easy.
I don't know how I feel about the notion that the demon was easier to defeat than Nualia.
Well, we had control of the door this time, so...
That's fair.
It's the fucking doors, man.
If it's one thing I've learned from Richard being GM, is that the god of doors has power.
Oh god, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Oh, he's making a comeback.
I'm sure.
So yeah, this room is now free to plunder as the demon finally turns fully to cinders and departs.
See, Ris'sh? Demon banished. We're all in pretty good shape, all things considered. Couple close raises, but...
Looks at all the new wounds on Ephixa. He might not look very good.
I'm getting better.
What's this over here?
Still, yes, we beat Demon.
So if everyone wants to go ahead, or whoever wants to, as they're searching the room, I imagine.
I am.
You can roll perceptions.
No whammies.
And I'm counting detect magic as part of the perception.
Yeah.
It just goes without saying at this point.
My perception isn't bad. I get just not great rolls.
So Emanuele, you're too distracted as you realize that, hey, you almost killed your own lizard.
Yeah, he just healed him.
But going over this room, there's quite a bit of stuff here. In terms of magic, there is a lot. Each of the candles on the shelves to the east and west on the north part, 60 candles in all, emanate a very minor magical eternal burn. It's basically a continual flame spell, but shedding light only in a 5-foot radius. Each candle is worth 25 gold, and being 60 in all, you can do the math there.
That's a decent haul in and of itself.
Yep. I hope someone's writing this down.
So someone's going to have to write this down. I'm not going to write it down for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
In addition, there is in the western alcove in this chamber, a coffer that in itself is already worth a good amount of money. As I'm not going to make you roll for appraise. It's just the historical value alone, in addition to the decoration that it has some gold inlays and stuff. The coffer itself is worth about 100 gold. But as you open it up, at the sign of detecting magic in it, which there's no traps, I'm not going to make you roll, is a bed of fine white sand. And you feel two very powerful points of magic inside the sand. Whoever would do it would digging into their fingers into the sand.
Before you do that, Ephixa is going to point to detect evil on it.
No evil in the sand.
Okay. All right.
As you
Only thousands of scorpions.
You pull it open and you dig into the sand and pull out 2 rings. I will need spellcraft for these, as they don't look like anything you've come across before.
24.
And 25, yeah. The 2 together. One of them is a ring of. It basically functions as a hat of disguise. It's basically a disguise ring. The other one is known as a ring of force shield.
What does that do?
I'll link it to you guys. A ring generates a shield-sized wall of force that stays with the ring, can be wielded as the wearer as if a heavy shield. This special creation has no armor check penalty and no arcane spell failure chance, and is weightless and encumbrance-free, and can be activated and deactivated at will as a free action.
Could it be used as a bludgeoning?
Technically, you could, yes.
Nice.
It functions
That's a
as a
third
heavy
shield.
shield, so. But it has no penalties for using it in terms of arcane.
The real question is if you can get it enchanted with like +1s and stuff.
Right.
I will say no to that.
Right, but
And
at
no
the same
armor check
time,
penalty, so
until I get a better shield, it is an
yeah,
improvement.
you can use it like a light shield.
Keep in mind, you guys have gotten quite a bit of swag this session.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
Oh yeah.
when you guys do get to selling it all, you guys should have a pretty good haul.
Mm-hmm.
Now we just have to find someone to buy it.
Yeah,
Stuff
there's
like all the
there's
wood.
60 of those candles, by the way. Each one of them
Yeah.
is worth 25 gold.
That's
Oh,
1,500
that's
right
hard.
there in candles.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Should
the
we-
Ring of Disguise, basically, it's the Hat of Disguise, but in a ring form.
Nice.
That might be good for Gogmurt if we take him into the city.
We're taking him into the city. I say in character.
Well,
I mean,
Of course
he's
you're
help.
taking into the city. What do you mean? How else am I going to make sure you don't come back?
So you're gonna follow us around and make sure we're not coming back here?
Yeah.
Is this one of those you can't avoid us if you don't know where we are situations?
Huh?
Never mind. Maybe have a magic ring and think about gnomes.
He's Melgak logic.
We have kobolds back home, so I'm still figuring it out.
we've had many goblins in our armies in Malthun, and they always prove useful in their own creative ways.
Gogmurt, can you go ahead and give me either, I'll let you choose either a sense motive or a perception.
I will give you a perception, probably.
This isn't towards what you guys are talking about in character. This is something
Yeah.
separate. Okay. With the demise of this bar guest down here, the very air of Thistletop seems to feel different to you. Like it doesn't have the same, like a place that like goblins have made home for. How there's just that presence of chaos and just insanity. It doesn't feel quite the same anymore now that this thing is gone.
Just doesn't feel like home anymore, man.
We're in the middle of talking and in the middle of Emanuele's thing about goblins and his army and the front suicide lines or whatever.
Yeah. Light them on fire?
I mean, goblins are usually like that.
Yeah, I know. I'm
They
not saying they're
love
against.
taking
In
fire.
the middle of his sentence, Gogmurt will hold up a finger and go, wait. Huh. It doesn't smell like evil anymore.
Point to the ash on the ground.
That's good, right?
Well, you don't really notice it unless you're here for a little while, but there's definitely a difference, and it's gone. Not here anymore. Not really getting it.
How does that make you feel?
Good.
At the same time, there's always nostalgia for the old times, but I'm optimistic for the future.
Well, I, for one, enjoyed your company, and your cats are very useful in combat. So I do suggest you join our forces. If you would like to continue to rid the world of evil and write the great
Hey, I
story.
don't know about joining your forces, but I will follow you around and help you kill things and spend the money we get.
Well,
That
I
is-
think it's about as good as we can get.
That is one of the perks of war.
Emanuele, look at me. It's important to me. It's genuinely important to me that you know we're not at war right now.
Only the dead are not at war.
Shinetooth have a point there. Anyway, many things carry out, yes?
Yep, let's go get a big helmet.
So, in addition to the big helmet, you have the wizard woman, as well as Haldor's body. And if you choose to actually go and let him out of the cage and take him too, there's the mercenary known as Auric in the top.
I say we have the mercenary and the wizard carry the body back to town and say that's their penance, and then after that we can let them go.
Who is the person in the cage?
He was the guy in heavy armor that in like one round we critical shattered his shield, disarmed him, and then grappled him with a snake. And he's like, "Okay, I give up." Jeez.
Yeah.
No need to get violent about it.
It sounds like a fair plan. We don't get anything out of them sitting in jail.
Yeah.
I'm
Chaotic
trying
good,
to-
everybody. I'm fine with bending the rules.
Yeah. Tremor, did he have full plate on?
He did not have full plate. He
Or
had...
he had split mail, didn't he?
I'm going back to look at it right now. He had chainmail.
I think our barbarian used.
Yeah, the barbarian
Yeah.
had it on him. It was a +1 chainmail.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah, we'd need to
Yeah, you're
relieve
gonna have to
Haldor.
loot Haldor's body.
Plus, there's stuff on the first floor we left where it was because it was a chest full of coins or something, I think, that nearly poisoned Lucilla.
All right, did anybody add this stuff to the loot?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
So I can go back over some of the stuff you got, not counting the stuff you might have missed, because I know some of the stuff you missed. So yeah, there's a plus. If someone wants to write it down,
I'm writing it down.
+1 chainmail. Masterwork heavy steel shield.
Okay.
Masterwork bastard sword. I'm not listing the mundane weaponry because Masterwork is probably the only ones that are worth taking back to sell.
Sure.
There's I'm not sure if anyone took it, if it's in their inventory, but there's an ion torch. Like an ion stone that's got a torch on.
I want to say Lucilla.
No, I didn't take it. I would have written that down.
Do you want it?
I mean, I need an actual light source, so I suppose so.
Sure.
I'll put that on my sheet.
All right, I'm taking it off loot.
Okay, going down the list. There is 4 Elfbane arrows.
Those.
A Masterwork composite longbow. They can go up to a 4 strength rating. So I guess it's the
You have to have a +4.
Masterwork composite longbow +4. I guess is how you word it.
Yeah. It's for an 18 strength, or you can't use it. So that's.
Yep.
That's also
It's
like 500
also worth
gold
it.
pieces.
Yeah. Let's see. You didn't kill Noali, so don't get any of her swag. You already have her wand of magic missile. I know you guys took the cloak of resistance from her already. Somebody has that on.
Does someone?
Yeah, I think that's fix.
Okay. Loki, do you have that?
I didn't add it to my character sheet, but I can.
I think I have it.
I believe there's at least 2 of those floating around the party.
I think I have one of them.
Because I don't have one.
On Gogmort?
I do not.
Yes.
I do have a ring of
Let's check what
protection.
Haldor had.
Because we got one. The first session, Gogmurt was here, and I asked if anyone wanted it, and no one said anything.
Okay, there should also be one other cloak of resistance, because I know you guys got one down in the place under Sandport.
Yeah.
So there's another cloak of resistance floating around. Everyone make sure when we're done, you can go ahead and check your inventories and make sure no one else has one.
I
Yeah,
would
'cause I
take it if no
I
one's
definitely
screaming
don't.
for it, because the thought of Emanuele getting controlled is bad, because then we
lose the snake and Emanuele.
Yeah.
And
My only bad save is Fort. My reflex is 8 and my will is 7. So
Yeah, my will's only a 2, which is terrible.
yeah.
My saves are pretty solid. You guys could, one of you guys could take it.
Okay, I'll put it on Emanuele.
I guess just give it to the 2 people who are controlling all the animals.
Yeah.
Plus, I don't think it stacks with guidance. I think it's the same sort of bonus. So
I'm just gonna copy and paste the treasury. I'm not sure if you guys had put it in there yet.
It's on my list. Except for that copper points, because I don't know
Yeah,
if that's the other treasury.
I feel like some of these you did, like the gold symbol of Saren Ray.
I took that one.
Yeah, I think you guys already distributed this stuff.
Yeah, I think we did.
I'm not sure about the gold part.
Except for the coinage, because I have 17 gold pieces,
Yeah.
so I definitely didn't get any.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you guys did the
Yeah.
coin, but I know you guys divided up a lot of those items.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about the manacles or the scimitar, but I know the symbol of Saren Ray someone took. I'm not sure about the
Is there a
silk
+1
gown.
scimitar? I thought there was a +1 scimitar in one of the piles.
No, you had a +1. You found a +1 weapon. I can't remember. I think you found it somewhere else.
I
Plus
think
long
that was
sword.
from the in the under dungeon underneath Sandpoint. That's where he
Oh,
found it.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, the money is not here on the loot, but a lot of this other stuff is from the DM post. Because what is a malachite?
It's a gem.
Green
Yeah.
precious stone. Actually, could be used to make bronze.
And
I
then
think those were what's on there. Some of it was from the well place.
everything that I've posted, at least today, like the one I just posted, was from the chest that's on the top floor.
Okay, some of it was in here, but not a lot.
And that's all you found.
You've got the gold holy symbol.
Yeah.
Unless you guys actually want to go up floors and try to find more stuff. That's
Yeah,
pretty
I
much
think-
everything you found.
I think
I'm fine with just progressing.
You guys got a good amount of stuff, so.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to take you back to the splash page. It's been a while since you've been here, but
doing this.
So to kind of narrate you guys leaving Thistletop, you go up and indeed retrieve the guy that you had caged up, and I imagine you guys, especially since you have some masterwork manacles, probably want to manacle up the guy who's physically strong.
Yeah.
But between the two of them, they can carry Haldor's body. You make your way back through the Nettlewood, following the path you came here with. I forget, did you take horses here or no?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fix did give hers to the refugees.
Yeah. So there was 4 horses left. When you get
And
back, there are only 2. One of them lies dead nearby, and the other one is gone. You can kind of surmise who might have taken said horses.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
But there are still 2 horses to share rides with. Gogmurt, you're not very comfortable around them, but they're there.
Right up on the big snake, Gogmart.
No, he can ride on his cats.
That's true, actually.
Yeah, I can actually take one of the saddlebags off because they have way higher carry now.
The question is, though, did anyone in Thistletop, there was that room that you never went in that had the horse locked in it?
I'll be totally honest with you. I, out of character, forgot about that, and I feel like with all the ancient ruins and treasure and
Lucilla probably would have.
Yeah, she definitely would have forgotten about that horse. She's many things, but always consciously thinking about animals is not one of them.
No, you're fine. I'm just bringing it up in case someone would
we
have
also would have
actually.
gone past that structure.
Oh yeah, for your gecko.
chest.
Oh,
Yeah, because
the
we left
gecko.
the one chest,
Yeah.
and it was behind it.
Gogmurt, what do you know about the creature that's behind these doors?
Huh?
That would be a good question. Gogmurt would know. The caged horse in there has this massive heavy war horse behind it. Pure black mane, pure black fur. Or do you call it fur that's on a horse?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, same
Fair.
difference.
Coat.
But it is a very beautiful, if malnourished horse. That doesn't take kindly to goblins for obvious reasons, but is otherwise passive. It looks like it has been quite thoroughly trained.
That is not what Gogmurt tells you, though. Gogmurt is some rabid animal.
I think she'll try her luck at trying to calm it down.
Yeah, I'll try to aid you with your handle
Go
animal.
ahead. Do an animal handling real quick. Oh yeah. Between the two of you, it's fairly easy enough to get it to calm down, and once it's out of the building, it grazes on any nearby grass or roots, and it's healthy as well. It's just a little malnourished, and getting it out of Thistletop takes a little bit more work. Getting it across the rope bridge, and then traveling through the nettles is an experience. It takes about twice as. You basically have to spend an extra day getting through the nettle woods to get it back out of the nettle woods because it's so overgrown. It looks like Gogmurt. I'm not sure whether you would tell them or not, but they dragged the horse here, so it was a little bit easier to knock it unconscious and just drag it than navigate it through.
I will say, Gogmurt's just waiting for you guys. He's got woodland stride. He could be out of here in a day.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Gogmurt can go through the nettle woods. It takes you half an hour to get from Thistletop to the road.
I mean, I can go under most of the barbs, but probably not as fast as Gogmurt.
Yeah, Gogmurt. It's the whole druid thing. They can literally just stride through most natural hazards.
I try to keep up with Gogmurt just so in the off chance he decides to run off with the gold.
Yes.
Oh, the gold's on Juan.
Still.
Nobody's picking Juan's pocket.
So yeah, in addition to that one, you would have 3 horses remaining. And with Juan and then the cats and everything.
And the floating disc is fairly slow too, so it's not like we're in any great rush.
Yeah, no worries. So it takes you the better part of like a day and a half to get back to Sandpoint. And when you get back, you're greeted by the sight of the sheriff up on the wall of Sandpoint leading out this direction.
Before we get in, I would recommend to Gogmart to disguise himself using that ring. Maybe as a halfling.
Yeah, he uses the ring and he becomes a halfling, but it's like a really stereotypical halfling. The feet are like big, even for a halfling's feet. About as hairy as a halfling's feet are, but you can't really caricature that.
I feel aggressed.
But yeah, as the sheriff comes out to greet you all,
he becomes a halfling with a ditto face.
Just the goblins over here doing halfling face.
He's followed in tow by this very nicely dressed elven man. And the sheriff's like, "So you're back safely," and he kind of notices the body being carried by 2 strangers. Like, well, maybe that's not the right words, but you're back. Does that mean that the threat has been taken care of?
Indeed, your friends from Malthun have come through, though one of my men has fallen.
I reckon we're not all from Malthun.
Yeah. And Noelia got away. We couldn't capture her, or yeah, but we at least disrupted whatever conjuring she was doing there and slew the demon that was residing within.
She was trying to free. She'll be back. They always come back.
The elder man from behind him kind of speaks up. Authoritative voice, but a little hoity. He's like, well, it seems you captured a couple ne'er-do-wells. He's wearing like long red robes, very judgy kind of uniform. He's like, allow me to introduce myself. I have come on behalf of Sandpoints from Magnamar. I am known as Justikar Ironbriar. I have been sent here to pass judgment on any ne'er-do-well prisoners that you might have captured, as well as the half-elven man known as Suto in the jail. Come, we have much to discuss. And he just kind of turns with his head held up high, like his shit don't stink. As he heads back into town, he's like, you might want to listen to him. He's been like this the entire way back.
He doesn't know whether his shit stinks or not. He has people to do his smelling for him.
He's like, he wants to put on a showing of some kind of trial. So there's that. And we'll go ahead and leave that there for next session. So next section will begin with a show of a trial, but largely next session, I will tell you, is going to be, by and large, a 2-week downtime planning. So when it comes to selling stuff, as well as anything you might want to buy, there are trade caravans that come through Sandpoint regularly. So selling things is not going to be hard.
Yeah.
Trying to buy magical items and stuff, it is going to be hit or miss, though. It's really going to depend on some rolls. But anything you haven't planned in mind, just go ahead and keep track of what you might want to do next session in terms, because it's going to be 2 weeks of downtime, and there's going to be stuff opportunities for essentially what are known as like basically side quests, as well as just doing things through the town. It's going to be an excellent chance to like try to build up characterization. If any NPCs you want to meet, anything you want to do around town, it's going to be a very RP focused and sell and market session.
Yeah, we should probably try to break down some of the stuff and just get ready to distribute coinage at the start of the session.
Yeah, I was thinking I'll run the numbers.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to buy my very first armor. I'm wearing a reinforced tunic right now. It gives me +1 AC.